My beloved child, you've been searching, yearning, and praying for a sign to guide you, to reassure you, to show you the way. In your moments of doubt, you've cried out to me, asking for clarity, for direction, for something tangible to hold on to. And now, my child, I am giving you that sign. But I need you to listen very carefully. This is not just any sign, it is a message straight from my heart to yours. First and foremost, I want you to know that I have heard every prayer, every plea, every whispered word. Not a single one has gone unnoticed. You may have felt like your prayers were falling on deaf ears, but I assure you, I have been listening intently. I've seen your heartache, confusion, your longing for answers, and now I am responding. This sign is my way of telling you that I am with you, that I have never left you, and that I am working in your life even when you cannot see it. You asked for a sign, and I am giving it to you because I love you, because I care about you, and because I want to guide you on the path that is best for you. Now I need you to pay close attention. Signs do not always come in the ways you expect. They may not be accompanied by thunderclaps or flashes of light. Sometimes my signs are subtle, quiet, almost whispering to your soul. That is why you must be attentive, open, and receptive. Do not overlook the small, seemingly insignificant moments. They may be the very signs you are looking for. Precious child, if you wish to receive my blessings, simply write, "Yes, I need." Your declaration of faith will draw my love and favor into your life. You see, my child, I speak in many ways, through the words of others, through circumstances, through the beauty of creation, and even through the stillness of your own heart. This sign may come in the form of a conversation, a dream, a feeling, or a sudden clarity of thought. It may be something you read, something you hear, or something that simply resonates deep within you. So be alert. Do not rush through your days without pausing to notice the signs I am placing before you. The answers you seek are there, but you must be willing to see them. To truly understand the sign I am giving you, you must listen with your heart. This is not just about hearing words or seeing things with your eyes. It is about feeling, sensing, and discerning with the depth of your spirit. Your heart is where I dwell, and it is through your heart that I often speak. Take time to quiet your mind and listen to what your heart is telling you. There is a knowing within you, a deep intuition that I have placed there. It is a connection to me, and it will guide you if you allow it. Do not let the noise of the world drown out the whispers of your heart. Listen carefully, and you will find the answers you seek. One thing you must understand, my child, is that signs are not always what they seem at first glance. Sometimes what appears to be a setback is actually a setup for something greater. What seems like a closed door might be a redirection to a better path. What feels like a loss could be the beginning of a new opportunity. Do not be quick to judge the signs I send. Take time to reflect, pray, to seek my guidance. Often, the true meaning of a sign becomes clear only after you've taken a step back and allowed me to reveal it to you. Trust that I am working all things together for your good, even if the signs do not make sense to you right now. One of the clearest ways I guide you is through peace. When you are faced with a decision, a direction, or a choice, pay attention to where you feel a sense of peace. This peace is a sign from me, confirmation that you are on the right path. It is my way of reassuring you that you are moving in the direction I have ordained for you. Conversely, if you feel a sense of unrest, anxiety, or confusion, take that as a sign to pause, to reconsider, and to seek my guidance. I do not lead you into turmoil. I lead you into peace. When you follow the peace, you are following my voice, my guidance, my will for your life. The sign you asked for may not bring immediate clarity or answers. Sometimes it is a starting point, a nudge in the right direction, piece of the puzzle. I need you to be patient and trust the process. Do not become discouraged if the path ahead is not fully illuminated. I reveal things to you in stages, in steps, because I want you to walk by faith, not by sight. Trust that I am guiding you, I am with you, and that I will provide the next sign when the time is right. In the meantime, hold on to the sign I've given you. Let it be a reminder of my presence, my love, and my commitment to leading you to where you need to be. It is important to remember that signs are meant to guide you, not control you. I give you signs to illuminate your path, to reassure you, to help you make decisions, but I also give you free will. The sign I am giving you is not a command, but an invitation. To trust me, to follow my lead, to step out in faith. You still have choices to make, actions to take, and steps to walk. The sign is here to help you, to give you confidence, but the journey is still yours to walk. Do not become paralyzed by waiting for signs at every turn. Take the sign I have given you, and move forward with courage, knowing that I am with you every step of the way. As you receive this sign, I want you to stay close to me. The closer you are to me, clearer my signs will become. Spend time in prayer, in my word, in worship, and in quiet reflection. The more you align your heart with mine, the more you will recognize my signs, my voice, and my guidance. Staying close to me also means trusting in my love, my goodness, and my plans for your life. It means letting go of fear, doubt, and worry, and resting in the assurance that I am in control. I have not brought you this far to leave you now. I am committed to seeing you through, to guiding you to the fulfillment of my promises for you. I know that sometimes signs can bring about fear or uncertainty, especially if they lead you into uncharted territory. But I want you to know that there is no need to fear. I am with you, and I will never lead you into something that I will not also bring you through. The sign I am giving you is meant to encourage you, to strengthen you, to give you hope. It is a reminder that I am in control, that I have a plan, and that I'm working in your life in ways you cannot yet see. Do not be afraid to step out in faith, to follow where I am leading you. I am with you every step of the way. While this sign is important, it is not the last sign I will give you. I will continue to guide you, to speak to you, to provide signs along your journey. This is a lifelong relationship, a continuous conversation between you and me. Stay open, stay receptive, and know that I am always here, always ready to guide you. Each sign is a stepping stone, a marker along the path I have set before you. As you follow each sign, you will find that the path becomes clearer, the journey becomes more fulfilling, and the destination becomes more certain. Trust that I am leading you, and that I will continue to provide the signs you need when you need them. The sign you asked for is here, not just to guide you, to strengthen your faith. I know that sometimes the road can be hard, doubts can creep in, that you may wonder if you are on the right path. This sign is my way of reassuring you, of reminding you that I am here, that I am for you, and that I am leading you. Let this sign be a source of encouragement, a reminder that I have not forgotten you, that I am still working in your life. Let it strengthen your faith, renew your hope, and fill your heart with peace. You are not alone, my child. I am with you, and I am guiding you every step of the way. Precious child, if my words have touched you, let your heart respond by liking this message, for I am with you always. Finally, I want you to be ready to act. Signs are not just meant to be observed, they are meant to be followed. When you recognize the sign I am giving you, be ready to take the next step. It may require courage, it may require faith, it may require stepping out of your comfort zone, but know that I am with you, and I will equip you with everything you need. Do not hesitate, do not delay. When the sign is clear, move forward with confidence, knowing that I am leading you. This is a journey of faith, and I am calling you to walk it boldly, with your eyes fixed on me, your heart full of trust, and your spirit ready to respond. I understand that sometimes it's hard to know if a sign is truly from me or just a product of your own desires. That's why I encourage you to look for confirmation. I often provide multiple signs, aligning circumstances and inner peace to assure you that you are on the right path. Seek wise counsel, pray for discernment, and watch for how things unfold. I am not a God of confusion. I am a God of clarity and order. I will confirm my signs in ways that will leave no doubt in your heart. When you see alignment and the pieces start to fit together, that's your confirmation that you are following my guidance. Ultimately, signs are just one of the ways I guide you, but I am the source of all guidance. I am your shepherd, Father, God. You can trust me with your life, future, your dreams, and your struggle. I am the one who leads you beside still waters, who restores your soul, who leads you in paths of righteousness. No matter what sign I give you, remember that I am the one guiding you. Keep your eyes on me, your heart tuned to my voice, and your spirit aligned with my will. As you walk this journey, I will be with you. guiding you every step of the way. The sign you asked for is not just a guide for today, it is a promise for your future. It is a reminder that I have plans for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Your future is bright, because it is in my hands. Let this sign fill you with hope, with anticipation, with excitement for what is to come. The journey may not always be easy, but it is filled with purpose, with meaning, with my presence. Trust in the sign I have given you, and trust in the one who's given it. My child, the sign you asked for is here. Listen closely, pay attention, and follow where I lead. I am with you, I am for you, here, and I will guide you every step of the way. My beloved child, let your light shine with the brilliance of heaven's blessing. Your support through the super thanks is a beacon that spreads my truth and love to all. Together, we are bringing hope and light to the world. Press the super thanks and open your heart to my endless grace. Be at peace, my child, for I do the impossible. Just remain silent, yet believe. I have delivered you before, I will do it again. As the winds and storm refuse to obey my command to blow, even so, troubled seas of doubt in your heart, be silent. Come away to me now, and I will give you the rest of which you are in need. I will clear out the 1,000 thoughts and numerous fears running through your mind, which steal your focus. I want there to be peace in your days and calm in your nights. You are an heir to many blessings, yet sometimes they cannot be seen because they are hidden by the fear of things that will never happen to you, and by people who can never harm you. Allow me to ask you again, be calm. Don't listen to the news, to the gossip, to the threats that people come and bring you. I am he who commands and has the first and the last word concerning your destiny. Though thousands rise against you and because of your errors you suffer, never mind, you are still my beloved child. I will protect you throughout all circumstances, even as the world crumbles and even as others drop dead of fright. Be strong and take heart. Do not be afraid. I will not leave you as a residue. This is the strongest true love message you could ever hear and read. I know you are definitely convinced through the same message that I am talking to you. You feel my touch upon your heart, bringing answers to your lingering doubts. And I love you. I'm showing you this now. I'm lifting away the scorn that has marked you, endured at the hands of the wicked who have failed you. Believe this, none of what you have experienced shall be in vain. Today you possess strength, wisdom, and maturity. You stand ready, willing to battle it out for the ones you love, and to aid those who went through the same thing you did. It is your time of release. You are now ready to become an instrument of my love, to bring light into the darkness. Your enemies, however, know what you can do and have come back to brew up trouble and steal your peace. But if you let them disturb your rest, forgetting your faith and plunging into the abyss of fear, and once again anxiety will pounce upon you. Here, listen now to the truth. My love toward you is wondrous, my mercy great, and the Holy Spirit, sole refusal, will not let that you should be attacked again. Thus, I say, though you fall due to your error, I will definitely see to it that you rise. Do not think that I would turn my eyes on you. In your stumblings, even if you fall into the snares of your enemies, I shall deliver you. Suppose your faith withers and the thoughts of negativity plague your heart. Would I not fight for you? I shall purify your soul and refurnish you once again with my word. Neither sword, nor famine, nor pestilence, nor battle shall I let take you away from my love. For in all of these, much more than a conqueror you are. You turned your back against evil and gave your heart to me. You have confessed with your lips your faith in me as your Savior and Protector. You have proved loyal. You are not among those who murmur against me, deny me, and turn away when there is a problem to face. They murmur against me to any who will pay attention, taking no consideration of their tongue, having no care for life, family, future, and blessing. They make filthy what I do in my redemption by treading this holy love underfoot. But I keep right on loving them, and I'm not resting. Keep with my own that love and pray for those. Do not let them that mock my word get to you. Press on. Do not dwell in today but in future. Bless you abundantly with great opportunity and arm you with the strength of steel. Now go with confidence, standing in boldness, as enemies and confrontations that have to be faced. You have become strong and mighty, a champion among champions. Each morning, begin by kindling your faith with my word. Then bring your faith and your requests before me. Remember, nothing is impossible to me. You have my support, for I continue to stand by you in all things. Keep your composure and peace within mine. You are entering into a supernatural lifestyle. Come here, I call you. Here am I in your presence. When your knees, in faith and piety and in respect, bow to the earth in prayer, my armies will come. I command you to be still. Let not your heart be troubled. Your soul finds peace in this loving embrace that surrounds you. Tell me you accept it. I have purpose to bless you. You cried out to me, and I will answer you. Your life is going to change, and don't ever doubt it. A new heart will I give you, and even they who know you will be astounded. Help will come from where you never expected it. Be grateful, for many doors of blessing will open unto you, and many new opportunities are coming your way. Believe these words and share them. Never forget to pray. It is not difficult to talk to me. Just close your eyes and say, Lord, I need you, and I will be there by your side. Have faith, for this is the truth. My presence will never leave you, as long as you do not mock my grace or discard the blessings I bestow upon you. I am always with you, for your faith and disposition please me, especially now in these moments of great confusion. Do not open your heart to false teaching, and do not let any bitterness grow in your heart, nor talk against people who have not hurt you and who are not your enemies. Do not give in to all the nonsense around that you hear, see, or read. When anybody comes around you with a subject of gossip, do not lend an ear. Do not let yourself fall that easily into the snare of the enemy. My eyes seek out hearts that are true, loyal, and faithful, in love with me but also fearing the consequences of my breaking laws. I'm raising you to raise others to help your family and encourage others with sharing these powerful and divine words, not to sin with people. I beg of you, if you have not understood my words due to your concerns, just lend your ears once more to them. Listen to all my messages. It is my will that your heart understands the signs I sent to you many times. You ask me for peace and tranquility, and I will give them to you. Not only have my words in your heart, but also bear them in mind when your enemy comes in like a raging lion, seeking whom to consume and whom to put to shame concerning your faith. My voice is telling you, and your spirit is receiving it. My word is a lamp unto your feet, a light unto your path. My commandments are sweet, and they make you ready and strong to rise and conquer in whatsoever challenge you find yourself in. No enemy shall be able to do evil to you through your watchfulness. If my utterance is inching in your lips and your thoughts both by day and by night, then fear not. For I will shake from the lurking evils and warn you. Hesitation comes by, do fear not. I shall give you the strength. You would stand. Speak these words in faith, and surely all wickedness will flee. But your home shall be free from misery, from scarcity, and from sickness. No one shall have power against you all the days of your life, for my word is sown in your home and is the protection of your family. I want to see your heart on fire, your eyes open, and your mind alert. You must be ready to receive many blessings, ideas, and time to war on earth to reap fruits of your sacrifice and effort. Nothing that you have lived through shall be in vain. All that I do in your life is for good. You and your family shall see great miracles in your home to understand my purpose over each of your lives. But I say unto you, show respect to all, not looking down on the young or the old. Do not call unclean what I have cleansed. Remind no one of their past, for I have forgiven it all. Support, help those you love to grow, and in so doing I will be able to bless you more, for it is my desire that these blessings be sown in others through you. Rivers of living water will flow abundantly and freshly from your heart, bringing even miracles, wonders, and cures to anyone you meet along the way. Precious child, if my words have touched you, let your heart respond by liking this message, for I am with you always. In your smile, they will find the hope so many yearn for, and many of those following not after me shall know that I am the real and true. So much as I had pity on you shall I have upon all those turning away from iniquity and who bring their sincere heart into my presence. Today I shower you with rains of love. I have dispersed the clouds of despair and encircled you within the shadow of my grace. Go out into the open field from within thy dwelling. Look up toward heaven, Extend your arms toward it and speak to the four winds that I am your shepherd, your distributor, and that you will give up trusting in me forever, and to following these words in faithfulness unto the end. Form it now. Receive this moment, this healing unguent. Feel the power which I bestow on thee. Fear not, neither falter. Keep on my way, telling this word and having gratitude in thine heart for each and every one of the blessings I bestow on thee this day. Tell me thou receives them with love. Take thy arms widely and feel these loves which I give thee. Feel this beautiful emotion that doth flow from within. I saw you couldn't sleep. I heard the thoughts racing through your mind, and I am here to tell you not to worry. I am removing those fears that lurk in corners of your past and lifting your weight of sins. Today I heal the wounds that remain and break those chains that have held you captive. Today you can look at the future with faith. I am with you every day until the end. I will never leave you. Accept my truth. So great is my love for you that I gave myself upon the cross, and I rose with power for you to have eternal life. You would always have me opening the right door for you and closing down the paths toward error. So come confidently then, and approach the promise with assurance. I will most assuredly send my grace into your life. Never be alone or confused. I am but a prayer away. I desire for you to begin to wait confidently for the beautiful things you ask for, but yet do not have. Very soon, I will have you hold these long-awaited blessings. Receive my word into your soul and believe. Cry out to me with all your heart and sincerity, and I will answer you. Seek me in this hour. Learn and grow. Fill yourself with my Holy Spirit, who daily reveals to you my affection and my love. Receive the peace that strengthens you. My child, I love you. Always have you thanked me today for another day of life. It takes so little to part your lips and express your gratitude with your own words. I am well aware of your needs before you voice them. Just trust in me. Come and spend a moment of tranquility with me. Find a quiet moment and ponder all the things you can be grateful for today. Your life, family, your health, the air you breathe, food on your table, the roof over your head, and my supernatural protection around your home. The warrior angels that encamp and stand guard, watching over your dreams and ready to battle. There is so much you are blessed about. There are so many reasons to be happy about being alive. You need to think of them daily so your mind may be filled with good thoughts and your eyes may always be open to see my goodness along your way. With confidence that I hold your destiny in my hand, I live in a thankful heart that feels its inadequacy without me and gropes for me in faith and hope, knowing how blessed it is. I see you when you are worried about life happenings, but that is normal. Do not worry over much. You feel the weight of your responsibilities to have everything nice, have provision in your home and health in your family, and that nothing should disturb your peace and stability. Yet there are those dark days in which you forget how to be thankful, and the enemy starts saying his lies. That turns your concern into fear, your fear into dread, and your dread into despair. I see all this and wait for you to lift up your hands and utter words that put your enemies to flight. So thank me in everything you have and are. Your life, family, health. Your faith should be genuine and your heart thankful. These are shields so you'll be strong and impervious to trouble. Be certain that the very next day I shall be sitting beside your bed, awaiting your eyes to open, ready to hear your very first words of the day from a thankful soul. Just say thank you. Thank you for life. Come to me, especially on days you feel down, and lay out what burdens you. I will take every feeling and make it to joy, sorrow to joy, regret to peace, guilt to hope, and that depression scratching away in your mind, roaring for you to heed voices of the past that lie. I am destroying it forever. I am the Almighty God. Through my authority, you are my beloved child that hears and believes me, following my way in faithful obedience. You deserve the freedom that I wish to give you. Freedom from all manners of mental affliction through the healing power of my shed blood. Hear my voice. Receive perfect health from head to toe. Arise where you are, pick your dreams from the dust and walk. Take the path that leads to the high mountain of holiness, to your place of victory. Now you are receiving the emotions that I am sowing in your heart. Sealed by my spirit, the blessing that I place before you is sure and true. and you receive it when you believe in me and in my eternal word. You are making no mistake by surrendering your heart to your Heavenly Father, who loves you so much. I am not the invention. Very potent supernatural wonders are to happen for those who listen and dare to believe with humility and straightforwardness, respecting my word, acknowledging their faults, leaving wickedness behind, deciding to walk strong without looking back. I love you, my child. I want to heal you. I am breaking every chain, destroying every malediction and witchery with which you let yourself be ensnared. You have been made to believe in this universe that there is someone who has more power than me. Farthest truth from that. Iniquitous forces fall defeated at their feet, cannot stand in the face of my manifest glory. There will not be one being, man, or spirit that will harm you or cause you damage because you are not alone anymore. My arms unfold to you. My holiness covers you, and the power of my blood protects you day and night. No more sadness, no more pain. There shall be no more tears and despair. Accept and feel the peace and the joy that I'm giving to you at this moment. Tell me you are receiving it. Tell me you believe. Bend your knees and praise the Lord for the love and wonders that are going to be witnessed here. I have good news for you. I know you have been waiting. My precious child, extend my grace by sharing this with someone who needs a reminder of my love. I'm going to work out all the situations that trouble your soul. I will bless your family, your health, and your finances. You are entering into a time of restoration. Pay close attention, for here I will show you and instruct you on everything you need to do so that nothing is lost and all turns out well. My child, I adore you, and I want to heal you. I am breaking the lies and curses that have bound you in their hold. Believe in me, my power. Know that nothing in this creation is higher than mine. My love for you is unbounded. Come and receive it in its fullness and be at peace. I am here to make your spirit strong and not to break. The winds of life shall no longer push you around. You shall no longer tremble in fear at the very sound of lies, false news, or the empty threats of insults. When I say you are indeed sure that it is the truth, for you are not weak but strong, not a disgrace nor defeated. Stand up now from the forged imprisonments of your enemies. Shake off the guilt of sins from the past which I have already forgiven. Do not let your mind become burdened with these unnecessary struggles. Do not let feelings of bitterness find a home in your heart. Do not leave any space in your heart for grudges. Forgive the ones who caused you pain, and let those be buried in the past along with those memories. Focus on the future, for it rests in my capable hand. I promise that I will surely fulfill the purpose for which you have been chosen. Wonders will come to pass in your life, just as you will watch how my love will also come down to shower blessings on your family and protect your house by my potent blood. Give me your faith, open your mouth wide, and I will fill it with sweetness from the rock and satisfy you with the finest of wheat. My promises to you are daily spoken, and I am only waiting to give you more. Embrace these words that bring peace unto your soul. Take up the shield to protect yourself against malicious attacks. My words will be spoken in your house, and your family will receive my promises, and every one of them will experience that grace that is going to wrap you up in peace all the days of your life. Accept miracles that are impossible for man, for I shall cause wealth, resources, freedom, and prosperity to overflow in all whom you cherish. Who else will make you supernaturally happy like this? Who else knows your mind and gets your thinking? Who else can fill you with this healing peace and gentle tranquility? I am the one who laid down my life on a cross and rose again to give you salvation. I am the author of your days, architect of your destiny and your future. Nothing is impossible with me. Many have been deceived by the lies of this world, thinking that I do not love them but only have thoughts of punishment for them. They keep on rejecting my love instead for the lies that have kept on blinding and binding them in illusion. Listen though, if you're reading this now, that means that I have some really big deal and wonderful things to do for you and your family. So it's no fantasy. I am your Almighty God, and today I am speaking to you with kindness and patience. I am revealing all the awesome plans I have for you and all the blessings I am laying on your path. But I just would like you to believe in this wonderful love just as much as it is real. a love that is patient and kind, a love that is not envious or boastful, arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way, not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love that endures all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and above all is never ending. This love is the crown of supernatural blessings already yours. Love, hope, and faith. But the greatest of these is the love that I have given you, and that I in a communion of love offer with all my heart. Accept. Write with your own hand, I shall try. Every morning you wake with the inner glow and belief, and this pleases me. You do not succumb to disaster. To you there is no turning back. In so many ways you are so much like me. In your heart there is the flame to be of good, to help and to sacrifice, to leave your family united and in peace, to earn my benediction with the first light of the dawn. Continue on that path, lose not that faith. Your character is also your worship, praise. You are a good person, and your actions speak to me. They honor me. I want to open more doors so that more people can see someone like you, with genuine faith, who truly loves me. I admire you greatly for enduring contrary winds without responding with hatred. I have sown my word in you, and it has borne much fruit. There are still many blessings and gifts awaiting you, so do not allow false friends, who do more harm to you than your enemies ever could, to steal your faith, trust, devotion, and commitment to me. You are my daughter, my son. Ahead of you lies a wondrous future. Be sure that in all circumstances you have my support. You may come confidently and pour out your soul at my altar for any need. If you doubt or if you have sinned, I'll be faithful. I will never leave you. I will surround you with my presence wherever you are, and you will know that. Your skin is going to feel me. Your soul is going to feel that I am there with 1,000 arms, effective and responsive, that I may help you. Bring you to victory against cruel foes, heal you, take away all illness, and even empower you to the point that when you speak my word, even the evil hosts of forces will be brought down. Right there, your life, your family, your health, your finances, and everyone under your roof shall be liberated and live in victory. Your house shall be established with my splendid glory, and supernatural events will take place on a daily basis. Look for a good community that will help you. Community that shall be equally blessed by the beautiful heart that you do possess. Please, I beg of you, go on as you have been doing, and do not swerve from this land of disbelief. Tarry a little, come to me, kneel down, and turn your heart back to my words. Make this simple commitment of surrender, where you may bring your fears and burdens to rest. Lest thou tarry out under the weight thou wert never created to bear. Determine today how you will fortify your soul with my presence. Listen closely, for my voice reaches out to you in unconditional love and open-hearted longing to bring you near. It is my desire to lead you on a beautiful path in the vicinity of lost treasures. Let me take your hand and guide you where it is peaceful and serene in your heart. You seek happiness, and I wish to restore it to you in great and noisy abundance, to be yours again fully after so long of letting the cares that once seemed so great fall aside, while I desire to relieve you of concerns that weigh upon your heart. Do not cling to those fears or hide them within yourself. Dear one, by subscribing, you align yourself with a community that cherishes my teachings, or your heart will be continuously uplifted. I don't want fear to dictate what you do anymore and make stupid decisions. You've paid too large a price for your blunders, but suffering time is over. From today, your sins are forgiven. Your soul is being cleansed from the evil, and the chains of guilt and uncertainty that you've been dragging along are breaking away. My dear child, my sweet one, my plans for you are full of blessing. They were designed for your benefit and welfare. Everything will not be smooth. There may be battles you will have to fight, but I will stand next to you to strengthen your spirit till the very end. If you let me, I will cover your life. Say, my God, thou art my King and my Lord. And when you come asking me for something, come with confidence and show it to me. Your thankfulness is the best gift you can bring. That we spend time together now is the most beautiful thing that could happen today. Come then without fear. I won't turn you away. Your sins have been wiped out, washed away by my own precious blood. You don't need to be ashamed in my presence. And when you were far away and forgot me, I was merciful. I sent legions of angels to snatch you from evil's grasp. Clear your way so that you may come back to me. Will you come back to me tomorrow with good news? Won't you talk about the gradual unwrapping of those miracles that were never shown to your eyes? Won't you share the beautiful changes in your life? Reassure me of your loyalty, and I will listen with extreme joy. That is why I've brought you here again. Change your life. I don't want you to go back to a world full of hate, scornful looks, sadness, and despair. Listen now. Answer me this. Will you believe me, or will you believe them who stand in your way, demanding perfection when they themselves are consumed by the flesh and flawed thinking? None is perfect before me. Do not lose faith and spirit because of those who shut their doors to you. You are loved deeper than words can say here, and there is but one right avenue, one door ajar through which you can come, and know eternal life, consummate happiness, and joy forevermore. But with me, you will at all times find love, acceptance, and pure, holy affection. You may come without fear, night or day. If thou hast fallen, if thou dost feel that thou hast failed, if thou dost feel the weakness which leads to vice, error, and sin, here thou art accepted just as thou art in any state thou fondest thyself. I am always listening to your repentant prayers, and I have a further opportunity for you if only you accept my forgiveness and wish to make a new start. Come and give me your heart. No explanations are needed. I know you need my love. Love, here I am, loving you. Good morning. How are you feeling? Tell me everything. This shall remain between us. Speak from your heart. Share what has been buried inside. It's time to let it out. After you listen to my powerful word, your soul will be touched by my healing hand. It will give rest to those tearful eyes of yours and break every chain that binds you. It is my power alone that can dissolve those feelings which pierce into your heart like steel nails. I want you to regain your peace, renew your faith, and feel your wings move to gain strength. Feel that old longing to fly high again. Chase your dreams. I want you to feel good, and it's important that you enter my presence every day. Together, we will rip up those dark chapters of your life and write a new story. I want you to see yourself in the same way that I do. Loved by me, a conqueror, arising every morning with a powerful reason to live. Your age is no barrier to happiness, to the realization that you are such a tremendous blessing to so many, able to support and help support others. You carry so many seeds you could help sow. Before you lies a fertile field just waiting for your rise and look around. Your family needs you. Big hearts and small hearts alike look up to you. He has plagued you all your life, always trying to clip your wings and put you behind bars in that prison of bitterness. He almost convinced you that you meant nothing and hurt you with minor accumulated wounds that bled your heart dry. Now I call upon you to believe in my words, reject the lies, and step into the faith which shall bring you back into the fullness of my love and grace. With me here, you shall always be welcome, always be heard, and you shall always have another chance to start again. My child, you remember that time when life was so fragile and you listened to my words. Your heart was open to confessing your sins, and with true regret you turned your back on those sins. Your repentant prayer, so sincere, brought joy to heaven. We rejoiced exceedingly at your return. Now your faith, brightly lit, is cutting away to paddle through life's hardships. Pleasing indeed it is to me that your trusting heart shares everything with me without any reservation, lays bare your heart, and not a single area is left that hasn't been bared. I see you regaining the beauty of joy in living by facing the hidden shadows within your soul. They must come to the surface, and in speaking with me daily, you shall find unparalleled strength. Your faith will increase, and you will mightily feel the burdens fall from your shoulders, lightening your soul, filling you with pure happiness. Listen, I have heard you. Now speak to me. I listen intently. Don't be afraid to pour out the contents of your heart. I love you so deeply. I rejoice when you come to collect my love and be nourished by my word. It is well that you do. Now, though, you sense the change in you, and if any hurt within your heart or mind still resounds, know that I am here with you. Yes, sometimes the feelings can be very overwhelming, so you really do gasp for breath as a gale of thoughts sweeps over you. Yet remember, every morning is a time for us to talk in prayer. Direct your life to a path filled with joy, burden-free, from being loaded down with stuff that you're not supposed to carry anymore. Think about it, my child. There are greater things to undertake. There's no time to be wasted on fears about things that will never happen under my watchful care. Fear not, for in my love and protection you lack nothing. Stretch out your faith and be at rest. Come to me, whether you kneel or sit, wherever you are. Shut your eyes with a graceful, thankful posture. Give thanks for family, your job, health. You don't always have to ask, but I get pleasure in your asking when you ask trustingly, without doubt. My ear is open to you, and my angels ready before me, hurrying to go to your side. They were made to serve and to obey. You are my child, and it is to me that you should turn for grace and mercy into your life. Therefore, do not fear to ask. I must remind you again, so you won't feel bad about coming to me in need. If ever there should come the day when you will feel you no longer need me, that would be the day your faith withered and pride infected your life. Ask, and I shall give you the finest wheat honey from the rock. I will open the windows of heaven and pour out my holy blessing until it overflows. Use your faith. I am able to uproot mountains of sadness, shatter barriers of wickedness, break chains of sin, addictions, and deadly habits. Ask for all that is good, sweet, kind, and edifying, even if it seems impossible, for it is only your eternal edification and well-being on earth that you should have begged of me in my perfect timing. I will answer and give it to you with all my love. I know your life, your worries, your feelings. That is, I clearly am aware of what you lack and want. I know when you cry, when you feel despair and loneliness. That's why I never let go of your hand. You need me again today, just as you did a short while ago when, overcome with sorrow, you cried out, "My God, where are you?" My beloved, if this message has stirred your heart, let your response be known by liking it, for I see the love you carry within. Today I give you this sign. I listen to you, and I am attentive to your needs. Now I am showing it to you, and though I cannot speak more plainly just yet, as you are not ready for that, know that the moment will come. Persist in praying every day, feel my presence, and learn how to know me. I am your Father. My love is perfect toward you. Trust me when I tell you I love you, for I do not lie, and love you beyond words. I want the best for you, for your strength, for your daily cheer of living. So, I persist, and every dawn I'll stay here with words of encouragement, with a message of love to sow in your heart. Your time has come. It is your moment. You were born for victory, and this was never my counsel to leave you beaten and discouraged. I know some have negatively commented on you, made you feel inferior, uttered your failure through careless words, but these have no power, change nothing. Give them no heed. Your victory is in my hands. I am your hope. Let all the negative thoughts, feelings of worthlessness, and everything that drains you stop today. Let my sanctified word heal, encourage, motivate, revive your joy, and fill you with beautiful new dreams. That's how I want to see you, with this radiant smile you're wearing now, your heart brimming with joy. Well, my child, your journey doesn't end here. Your path is long, but it's got wonderful surprises and good people. Pray every day, feel my presence, learn to know me. I am your Father. I am love perfected toward you. Trust me when I tell you that I love you, for I do not lie. I love you. I want your good, your strength, the benefit of having every day of life that I provide for you enjoyed. For that reason, I am going to insist, and every morning I will be here to give you words of encouragement, a message of love to sow in your heart. Your time has come. It is your moment. You were born for victory, to see these things happening, not to live defeated and discouraged. Now, I know that some may have criticized you, made you feel less, called you a failure, but the careless words hold no power and change nothing. Do not hold them in high regard, because your victory is in my hands. I am your hope, in me. Let us end today all negative thinking and feelings of inadequacy, everything that brings you down. My holy word heals and does nothing but encourage, motivate, revive your joy, and fill you with new, beautiful dreams. That's how I want to see you, with the bright smile you're wearing right now, with your heart full of joy. Your journey now does not finish. The road is long but full of beautiful surprises and good people. Now answer me. Say that you believe that you will value yourself, and hold my hand and never let it go. I promise to love you forever, protect you. This holy love that I give you, no one can take away from you. Today I shall visit your home and will change your faith. Since you prayed to me with much faith and true sincerity, I am now the one who saves you. For it is your faith that opens all doors to the miracles. And because of my unperceived healing, embrace of no judgments, consider that my love is unlimited, and I am with you always, no matter your condition. You are not alone in your suffering, unbeknownst to my healing embrace that comes with no judgment. I am with you, enfolding you in my tender presence and whispering comfort without words of reproach. I am the patient listener, here at all times to hear your deepest cry, silently urging you to express your longing for me. This is your truth. You have reached the end of your strength, and it's time to recognize your need for me. I see the dry desert you and your family are crossing, where isolation withers hope, and your soul is thirsty for love, scorned too many times. The journey is arduous, and in your screaming agony, when footsteps fall upon flaming stones, I share your anguish. But just as you are walking through this suffering, know my hand holds yours. I have come to protect you from the enemies who wish to hurt you. What you are going through at this time is just a cleansing process. Just as gold shines most after it has passed through the fire, so shall you, refined and scintillating, free from everything that is not light, raise you up inside. Not so that you should put any down, but so that you might reach down your hand to the fallen to raise them up. Release all anger, release all vanity, release all fear and doubt and wavering faith. Look not behind, for nothing that you have ever received of joy can equal, but is prepared for you now and hereinafter. Be grateful for both small and big things you appreciate in life. Walk with a blameless conscience and keep my virtues within your soul's core. Remember, you and your family, your future, are worth more than money, cars, houses, careers, employment, fame, or popularity. Fear not for material things. Do not mourn for material things. Prioritize what truly holds value. Love me, search for me with all of your soul, for I am your provider. Now I will do for you the following. I will attend to your needs, bless you with many blessings, open up many doors for you, and place at your feet many possibilities. Beware of the world that surrounds you. All negativity can be remolded to work for you. Hence, do not lose heart when you come across the things that are impossible to understand at first sight. Within each problem and frustration, I hide an enormousness of prosperity and blessing. So get ready to handle honorably what I entrust to you. Find wisdom within my word to increase the gifts and talents I have set within your life, but not by being caught in material possessions. Don't let fame take over, nor have regard for debts because of vanity. Focus on the important things. Try to lift your spiritual life on a higher plane. Devote yourself to learning from my word and knowing me intimately. I'm going to show you many things, and I want you to see miraculous wonders. Be disposed towards your health and family matters, but do not be lazy. I give you strength and wisdom this day in different things to handle. Do not wait until the last minute when desperation hits you because you did not hearken to my voice, which will lead to frustration needlessly. Arise and act. Be bold. Your heart is courageous, and there is no cowardice in you in my sight. In whatever you feel, do not be afraid in doing good. You will gain much and lose nothing. If you lose something or others turn angry for your wise decisions, then put those souls in my hands. Pray for them, but do not listen any more to them, their advice or murmurs. Those that choose their pathway of destruction cannot help you. I am with you, and in all things I will be there to assist. Put me first, and I will not only help but prosper you, and pour out blessings more precious than gold. Even when you feel defeated and weary, I will fire up your want to live, pull you as if from the ashes, and those around you, as well as generations to come, shall see how greatly I have blessed you. I will clothe you in new attire and brandish around you a beautiful crown, removing all roadblock. My glory shall flourish in your house. Lean not on your own understanding, for it shall be so. My child, I love you. I want to come into your house and do an impossible miracle. I am at your door knocking. Will you open your doors and let me in to do something new, awesome, mighty, and supernatural in your life? I have seen the predicament of your life. I said to no scarcity ever to come near your family, and that I would send them blessings in a mighty deluge. You have been faithful to me for so many years. praying and fasting in tears, putting me first in every deed and thought. Time is near to reap what you've sown. I will fill your home with abundance, joy, health, and vigor. Lay your heart to rest in my word, for of everything I have promised you, I will bring to pass. Do not bear the yoke of your old way of living, where worry and discouragement were your companions. In all that I have entrusted to you, with my blessing you received provision, wisdom, power, and the capacity to make wise decisions, to nurture and multiply what has been given to you. Let it multiply and become a source of blessing for others as well. Be thankful and trust, for I am reshaping your life. I'm getting you ready for the time that is fast approaching. This place is filled with opportunities. Your heart has been a fertile place where seeds of faith were sown. I watched you carry burdens. I've seen you go through tests, and never did you doubt my power or my presence. You triumphed because you have believed me, and in your faith, I have found joy in granting my grace and mercy upon you. Now I will make sure that the seeds you've planted will yield a bountiful harvest, not just for you, but more for everyone else by my strong hand. It won't be long now that I will be harvesting the fruits of your persistence. What I am bringing into your home is much more than you can imagine. You deserve the best and more because your faith is precious. Your humble spirit will take you places. Get ready, for I open new doors and bring you places. Prosperity shall come to your home. I love you, son, daughter. What is it like for you today? No problem will be able to stalemate you as you stand firm in faith, knowing I hold in my hands your future. All provision comes from me alone. I am the one who blesses your life. You stay in my presence, take shelter under my shadow. In times of anxiety, come to me, and you shall find that peace. Do not let the enemy make you believe that your problem is bigger than my power. My power outweighs them all, and your faith is mighty. It is in me that you must trust, not men, not your job, not luck, to bring you the health, joy, and peace you seek. Turn to me and your needs and provision will come, but do not merely sit and wait. Rise and walk in faith towards your destiny. Even as the world around you shakes, you will not depend on its whims. Your strength lies in me, for I am the only one in the entire universe who will be able to truly suffice and reinforce you. Remember the times past when aching and throbbing pain, feeling for mere seconds, made you cry out to me? I came, lifted you up, and showed you how deep my love goes. I kept on showing you each and every day from then, so don't doubt me now, more so when you are on the brink of accomplishing so much. It is not the time to stand still and have doubt override your thinking. Those past missteps were simply that, when you acted on impulse, without reflection or prayer, seeking distance from me. Yet I never walked away. Cast all your burdens and problems unto me. Let your soul be at peace today. I am instilling your heart with courage, my beloved, for you to go to where you have to go, to speak to whom you have to speak, to stand and fight for what you must. I will be there all the time, making your dreams come true. I am your sovereign Lord. For in me, you have all that there is. You were desperately calling me, calling out my name, and I have come to comfort you, to lift you and grant the answers that you sought. I do like it that you believe in me. You have knelt down to pray, calling my name aloud, embedded in every plea, and that says much of who you are. Though I knew in advance what you will ask, before the word had time to leave your lips, your prayers please me. They rise up with incense, sweet savor before my throne, touching my heart. It is your steady, relentless faith which knows my love and desire to help you, calms the spirit. You and your family will lack nothing any longer. I will release wisdom, growth, and understanding together with discernment of the enemy's traps before they are set. Leave, go out, and get that blessing which I have released for you. I will put on your heart the names of some people whom perhaps you haven't seen or spoken to in a very long time. I send you to them because through these people, I'm going to bless you, and you will become an answer to their prayers. This is how it works, my child. My blessings flow to all who believe and seek me with an honest heart. It's I who opens a door vast in your life. But by humility, keep yourself, so pride won't let your future be impaired. Open your Bible. My holy word enlightens for you to keep your faith. Come every morning to me, and do you dislike the best delights? Placed in thy soul, do treasure up my words. You see, when I walked the earth, I walked among the people. I carried their burdens, I felt their pain, and I gave them hope of eternal life. Now I charge you with the same. To become for me a vessel of my love, a beacon of my light in a walking world that too often walks in darkness. As the Father sent the Lord Jesus, so I send you. The world is filled with souls that are blinded, not blind in their face, but in the spirit. Their hearts are shuttered against the light of my love. They fumble, lost and frightened in the darkness of their own making, unknowing that their salvation is but a whispered prayer away. I healed the blind to open their eyes to the world, but you, my sweet one, are called to open their eyes to the truth, a hope more great than the breaking of day. You may wonder how you will do that. It isn't by your might, but mine, which is going to let the light in through the darkness. Just as I spoke to storms and they were still, to sickness and it was cured, I will speak through your words, act through your deeds, and love through your heart. Your life, a testimony to my presence, may be the instrument whereby the blind of heart shall see the dawning of my light. Beloved, share this message with a heart that is struggling, and let my words bring them hope and healing. You have within you a divine spark, light that needs to shine. Let this light shine up from a city that cannot be hid. Do not let your light dim. Do not hide it, fearing and doubting, but lift it high so all can see. In your kindness to the stranger, your comfort to the grieving, your presence with the lonely, you reflect my love. In every little compassion, in all that truth that you speak, it's like a lamp shining in the dark, showing the lost where to go. As you come in your day, be always mindful that I am with you. You're not walking alone. As I listened to the pain of the poor, healed the sick, and dined with sinners, I am calling you to penetrate into hidden brokenness, using my healing hand present around you in the world. Do not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap a harvest if you do not give up. The road is going to be rough, and the burden is going to be heavy, but I am right there with you, yoking my strength to yours. In every word that is spoken, in every touch and every loving deed, may it be your word. Touch your love. Make every heart you help to free, every life you touch with my message, be woven into the great tapestry of redemption I am weaving through history. Hear me, for I am near to you than the murmur of your heart. I am your maker, your redeemer, and your constant comforter. I have seen your struggles and burdens bred from within, for I lay my hands out in all your ways. What is it that fatigued you when the sun rose in the east and traveled to the west? What troubles chase you into the corners of night, stealing the peace I so dearly wish for you? Is it fear that clutches at your heart? Perhaps loneliness that radiates from your spirit? I see you. I see the heaviness in your steps and the weariness etched upon your face. It is not my will for you to be in bondage to sin, to sorrow, to the relentless pressures of a world that can be unkind and unforgiving. I came to this world out of an unending love, a love so vast and deep that I chose the path of sacrifice for you. I walked among men and women, not as a distant deity, but as one who shares in every aspect of the human experience. I too have felt hunger, weariness, and the sting of rejection. I have wept. My heart has been moved by compassion. I have reached out my hands to heal, to restore, and to offer hope. In my words, there is life, life more abundant than you have ever known. I call you to come and drink from the wellspring of this life. I beckon you to let go of those heavy chains. You have no need to bear them. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. Accept what I offer you, and you shall find rest indeed for your soul. A rest which is so precious that the world can never give and can never take away. Why do you tarry in the shadow when I offer you my light? Step out, radiate out, and I will meet you there. You do not have to get cleaned up to come to me, for I will be the one to clean you up. You do not have to first become free from sin to come to me, because I will make you. These are no dead words jotted down on some ancient pages. These are elements of life and power enough to break the strongest bonds. These are spirits and truths in words, beyond time and events, reaching into where you are. To absorb them and let them be a part of you, in being that which will utterly change and renew your mind. Only realize that you never walk in your battles alone, not one moment, every single day. I am with you at the quiet of morning and in every busy moment of the day. My hand rests on you, and I am over you, even as you sleep. I watch over you, for you are my blessed child. Now I ask of you, let my love pour into you, then let it flow out to others as I've set you free. Try to act as my amplifier to all those around you. Put life back into those desolate places, hope back into the broken, and carry my light into the darkness. For you are my ambassador, a bearer of the good news. So come to me, my child, with all your fears, your doubts, and your pain. Lay them at my feet, and I will give you rest. Trust in me, lean on me, and watch as I work all things together for your good. I am your shield, your strength, your portion, and your exceeding great reward. In me you are more than a conqueror, for nothing can ever separate you from my love. As you navigate through the current of existence, I watch you with eyes brimming with the love of invulnerable affection, that same affection that spans further than the heavens above. In those moments of doubt, when the weight of your imperfections seeks to overwhelm you, remember my words through Solomon. For whom the Lord loves, he corrects, just as a father the son in whom he delights. It is the journey you are realizing, not of acceptance, but of fulfillment. Someone you can be in me. But like any good creation, it is still a work in progress, constant refinement into the image of my Son Jesus. The change is very true to my grace. This is so because you can see within yourself areas ripe for transformation, places where the light of my presence begins to shine more clearly. Yet this knowledge must not lead to discontent, but to hopeful anticipation of what is being wrought in you. When I call you to change, it is not rebuke, but an invitation to lay aside old ways that impede your walk with me and to take on the new. Step into the plans I have for you, plans for welfare and not evil, give you a future and a hope. This is not the condemnation you fear, but a Father's hand, guiding you tenderly. My dear child, whereas I walked among you as one sent by the Father, now by the whisper of the Spirit, and by the echo of the Word, I come to extend my invitation to you for sharing in my eternal work. You, fashioned in my image, are called to share in my mission of redemption and reconciliation. What do you think is the weight of chains, the unseen ones which bind the soul? What do you think captivity to sin does to the hearts of those I love? For sin entangles and entraps, but I have overcome the world. My arms outstretched on the cross bore the weight of sin, not to punish, but to embrace all who come to me to find freedom. At the beginning I spoke, and into being leaped life and light, through darkness pierced. So also my words, alive and powerful, cut through chains of those held captive. I walked the earth and met a woman named Mary Magdalene, who was plagued by darkness. Through my love she was changed. Then there was Zacchaeus, a man lost in greed, who found his salvation in my calling him by name. The Samaritan woman who had come to draw water from the well left with a spring of living water bubbling up from within. Each of them, like so many others, tasted the sweetness of true freedom. Now you are a beacon of that very same freedom. You have that key in your hands, good news unlocking the prison doors of the gospel. Just as I declared liberty to those in bondage, so I empower you to do it. Speak life, speak truth, speak love, for in these the chains fall away. Now let me tell you about the thief on the cross who in his last moments found redemption. No heart is cold enough, no soul too far gone, that my grace cannot rescue. It's never too late. I am the God of 11th hour miracle. I am the God who leaves the 99 to seek out the one. I exhort you, beloved, to look beyond the surface to see the invisible chains that people wear, chains of despair, addiction, brokenness. Do not be overcome by the depth of their bondage, for no darkness is deep enough that my light cannot go even deeper. Be bold in proclaiming the way to freedom. Allow your words to be on fire with the very same love and power which I have vested in them, my dear child. Since I went among you as one whom the Father sent, so now I come unto you, by the whisper of the Spirit and the echo of the Word, to extend to you my invitation to join me in my eternal work. You are called to share in my mission of redemption and reconciliation, who are fashioned in my image. You feel the weight of chains, the unseen that bind a soul? Or do you know what captive state sin inflicts on the heart of my beloved ones? For sin makes captive, it enslaves, and it is I who have overcome the world. On the cross, my arms were outstretched, not just to bear the weight of your sin, but to embrace all who come to me seeking freedom. At the beginning, I spoke life into being, and light pierced through the darkness. In just that way, my words, alive and powerful, severed the chains binding those held captive. As I walked upon the earth, I met Mary Magdalene, woman eaten up by darkness, who was transformed by my love. Zacchaeus, a man lost in greed, found salvation when I called him by his name. The Samaritan woman who came to the well to draw water, left with a spring of living water welling up from the inside. They, like many others, tasted something of the sweetness of true freedom. Now you stand as a beacon of that same freedom. In your hands, you hold the key that unlocked prison doors. Good news of the gospel. Since I declared liberty to those in bondslave condition, so I charge you to do it. Speak life, speak truth, speak love, for in these the chains fall away. Now let me tell you about the thief on the cross who was saved in the last moments. No heart is so hardened, no soul gone so far astray, but that it cannot be retrieved by my grace. It is never too late. I am the God of 11th hour miracles. I'm the God who leaves the 99 to go seek out the one. I urge you, beloved, to look beyond the external appearance that people wear, invisible chains of despair, addiction, brokenness. Do not turn off because of the depth of their bondage, for no darkness is deep enough that my light cannot pierce. So be bold in proclaiming the path to freedom. Let your words be filled with the same love and power that I have put into them. That very prayer you uttered in your knees is mighty powerful. Keep praying like that, my love. When you feel at your lowest, in that beautiful humility is precisely when you are actually reaching up to heaven. My hand shall stroke your head with my love, and all heaven echoes its amen to your sincere prayers. Now go, my child, and step ahead in courage through this your day. Mine angels are with you. My love watches over you. Amen. My precious child, subscribe and join those who seek my truth, so together we may grow in love and inspiration through my words. My dear one, I see your plight, and relief is coming. Those burdens that weigh you down in your heart are soon to be lifted off. That is my promise. You have had sincere prayers that echo in my divine realm, and in due time the answers will come. However, first, I lovingly caution you, be thankful when your desires manifest. I don't just want transactional favors from you. What I want is your heart, that our bond will deepen through this experience. Answered prayers, transforming hearts darkened by trials into wells of wisdom brimming with thankfulness. So, as the solutions come, prepare inwardly. Let your first thoughts be those of humble appreciation. Thank you, God, for the gift of life and your unending love and care. The simple practice costs nothing, yet yields riches untold. I seek no fortune of this earth from thee, nor do I ask for perfect sacrifice, mere honesty. Open-mindedness and reverence at my gift are the fertile source of thy deeds. This is how blessings cascade forth in stewarding generosity under grace's watch. After I step in to work out all your troubles, forget not the giver behind your victory. Do not take the credit unto yourself or to your acumen, for there begins the slow dissolution of pride and ingratitude, some corrosion of favor. Increase your faith with thanksgiving, not your worries. Bring offerings to my altar. Share the gift of relief that comes from waiting on my timing. Cultivate joyfully thanks, for even the smallest gifts come with glimpses of my glory. Most important, learn to trust that if I withhold something you want, I will still give to you, in ways better for you, your family, your legacy, and your spirit. If you ask for prosperity and I release you from debt, then give thanks for newfound freedom. If you ask for abundance and I provide honorable work, then don't worry. Rejoice in opportunities to add value through your talents. Where I close a door, I open wider windows. Submit to my leading, and you shall prosper through hard work and uprightness. I am fervently desirous of being bountiful to you. It delights me to confer benefits, not only for the sake of yourself, but of mankind. If, therefore, your cup be full, it shall be my care to fill your funnel. I will bless and tutor you in the ways of stewardship. Then my gift shall amplify, not corrode, your soul. In the same vein, you are grateful even as you increase. Ingratitude is the wind that blows out the lamp of the soul. Weave these threads, thankfulness and wisdom, into. I also desire for shalom for your family, that unrest will turn into rest. May received requests provide intimacy with myself more than physical profit. Never lose sight of heaven even in the middle of success on earth. Essential is to find authentic thankfulness independent of the granting of requests as wished for. It will open the supernatural life. Devotion in prayer, joyful adoration, thanking me for every gift, trusting my timing and purposes, committing to bless others from your increase, receiving my word and will with readiness, persisting in intercession, cooperating with my redemption through acts of grace. These are keys that bring me great pleasure. Some self-appointed judges may highlight your past faults to make you feel unworthy of blessing. Pay them no heed, nothing to pay for their scoffing. Let me reassure you, you make me happy. I enjoy your chase after me. Enjoy your time when you pray and give thanks. I am touched by your persistence and faithfulness in the face of critics. Your name resounds strongly in heaven's corridors as a sterling example of dogged faith. Chisel this truth on the inside of you for those days when the accusers come. I am your healer, your deliverer, blessing. My mercy has dragged you from the depths that others have condemned you to. I encircle you with a love that is gentle yet fierce in its defense of you. By my power, I opened up access to the supernatural and swung the door open wide for more. I am longing over you for breakthroughs you have been praying for, and I entrust you with the stewarding of the gifts so great that my words must stay alive in your deeds. Dwell in our connection through ongoing worship, thanksgiving, and prayer. Share the messages with others that have renewed your hope. Remember my promises when you lie down and when you rise. As you engraft my words into your soul, I seal you with favor and calling. Even now, gifts and commissioning are upon you. You receive them with joy, unfettered by past sorrows. I ordain this a season of laughter after weeping, beauty for ashes. I myself will walk with you into lands lush with possibility, where lack will be no more. A motive and spiritual poverty will no longer chain you. Then loneliness, awkwardness, and rejection will have no power to cause agony. Your soul will no longer ache for love and belonging, for in my embrace your deep needs are fully realized and satisfied. Safe, seen, cherished. Not only will I restore health, joy, and peace, once more you will find your purpose, being mobilized by vision of your kingdom call. For I have chosen thee for my great works, long predestined. You have had to face strong suffering, fallen very low, railed against me in the pit. But hatred could not sustain itself against the persistent beams of my love. My doors of mercy swung open the moment you bent thy knees. Now I will show the fullness of the blessing stored up for you. Cleansing wounds, confusion yielding to conviction, scars rewoven into wholeness, beauty from brokenness. I was never angry, only grieving your distance. And now I have rescued you and clothed you richly in grace. Yours is authority and anointing. I am etching these words onto your heart that you will live and move and have your being in my purposes. Doubt may be assailing you, but now your faith is established unshakable, founded in my love. No schemes of hell can tear you from this rock. You will never again be chained by false affections or seduced by counterfeit loyalties. We travel this road together, you and I. When the climb becomes steeper, take my hand, ask freely for manna, for the water from my well. So when you are weary, lean on me for strength. I've given you the weapons of God to be victorious in every fight, with all that you have been given to flourish. You remain, though, my beloved, created and destined for intimacy with me. Our souls are nourished together as we journey through universes of the divine. I want to remind you often that my heart faces yours, my ear is bent to your cries, my hands are quick to bless you according to your journey. Then there is no going back to those old places that held such soul destruction. Now your life, right here, is tucked inside my life, hidden in glory. We rise, move forward together to take our places in the new landscape, far apart from the land of self-accusation and murmuring. So never ever let lesser loves draw you back. Your passion for revolution is in me. I who breathe purpose into your lungs, lit holy fire in your heart, and I love you with abandon. I who grip you fiercely, anchor you deeply in my completing grace. My dear child, when storms arise that darken with fears and doubts, then take heart, for I am the light which shatters the darkness. Every new day dawns totally by my perfect plan for you. The path has been set, though trouble prowls eager to devour peace of mind. Come, rise up and meet the new dawn in courage and hope radiant. Be strong and know I go before you to prepare the way. My angels encamp around you, vigilant guardians against that which would seek to hurt you. Sure, you have no need to fear terrors of the night or strife of day, because my word is dwelling in your heart, making a wellspring of wisdom and truth to order your steps. So, when confusion comes, just listen for my gentle whisper. Peace to your heart I will speak, relieving your turmoil. You are my child, so valuable, ransomed at greatest cost. My spirit within you enables you with capacities far beyond human limitations, with mastery far beyond mortal frustration. Put me first in your life above all other relationships. Make your home in my presence, because that is where your deepest needs will be met. Talk to me daily throughout every event and circumstance of your life. Confide in me with all your deepest hurts and highest hopes. Lend me the smallest and largest burdens upon my able hands, for my shoulders can carry everything. No way too much to me would ever seem overdue, no tempest over Titanic to my mastery. My love has no boundaries, no borders, no endings. And when you fall, do not lie there and reproach yourself in hopeless remorse, iniquity, and self-condemnation. I have already overcome every wrong, all of the past and all of the future. Go at my throne of grace with a humbled heart. Receive from me forgiveness. I will set you again on your feet, robed in righteousness. Beloved child, shine with the light of my divine grace. Your super thanks donation is a powerful way to share my love and truth with the world. By joining hands, we are creating a future filled with hope. Press the super thanks and feel the outpouring of my heavenly blessings. My mercies are new every morning. Not one carries beyond the reach of my redemption. Do not believe the hissing lies that you are too far gone for my love to find, too broken for my healing to mend. Truth is this: you are my darling child, forever and always pursued by me, never letting go, and I will never abandon you, never leave you orphaned. The schemes of that raving, flaming one against you will crumble before the power of my blood that was shed for all. No one and nothing can tear you from my hand. I am concerned about your well-being. I am glad in your joy. What the heart desires is of great concern to me. Together we shall seek and fulfill your highest purpose. Step by step, heavenly ordained, my hand has woven, in your days, exquisitely the fabrics of you. Your very depth of being I know, the secret dreams you keep. Do not fear the future, the working out of my will in, by, and through you. Even though mystery veils every moment beyond the now, trust that my vision spans the ages. My design upon your life is full of beauty, purpose, and meaning in ways that you cannot see. Do take this to heart. There is much goodness in my plans for you and the opportunity to walk with me through the darkest valley. When an army of troubles besieges you, I remain close beside, fully ready to intervene. Then I will push back the darkness at your invocation and will take you by the hand to more sure, higher ground. Evil men stumble in darkness while they curse you. Take care lest you follow in their cursing. Let my wrath rise up in righteousness for you. I will allow them their brief period of apparent victory, but their devices will only trap them in the end. My discipline stands at the edge of its sheath. You have only but to trust myself and my timing. Observe as I rise up and defend you, justified in my own stronghold. You can stand calm in the storm, and you will not be shaken by it. Let them waste their attacks on Almighty God, for it is truly Him that they fight against. When they rise up after you, their labor is wasted. My angelic warriors are marshaled for the fray. Weapons will form and flames fly, but not a hair of your head will be burnt by the flames of their cruel hatred. I will turn their maledictions into blessings, raining abundance upon your head. My child, your life has an awesome purpose. The trials building against you serve to polish and prepare you for the greater works I have ordained for you. A most important role awaits you, heavy in responsibility and reward. Stay steady on the path. Continue growing in your love and wisdom. Learn to hear my voice above the burrowing of 1,000 counterfeit calls. Become adepts at using the spiritual weapons and armor I provide. Wear my righteousness as a breastplate against the assaults of condemnation. Grasp the shield of faith firmly, with which you will snuff out the devil's haughty lies. Swinging the sword of truth boldly, make use of the heaven-flung arrows of prayer to win the battle against anything that is in your way. And be sure about this, most of all, I love to bless you, my beloved, more than you can even imagine. How my heart aches when the storms rage, and I want you to feel deep down joy, together with lasting peace. I want my life to be revealed to you moment by moment, anointing you afresh each morning. I want to live through you with an increasing intimacy, directing your words, thoughts, and deeds. And let me in to fill the snapshots of your days and unlock the doors of your hardest tomorrows. And I can lead you up into new dimensions of our relationship, richer and deeper than you dared dream. I blot out fear and despair as I draw you close. Bold faith and grace now paint your horizons. Past lies buried, its power is expired. Whatever befell you before, I now pronounce you free. New creation filled with the relentless hope of resurrection. As I tap the potential in you, amazed by dreams floating so far away, coming to truth, behold God's gifts meant to remain fettered, coming alive in my hands, glowing with brilliant purpose. Really, nothing is impossible to the one who flings stars into space, commands the vast sea. Child, in your weakness is exactly where my strength stands, poising to pour through. Invincible, absolutely no barricade, no bond, no failure, depth, or degradation can turn the force of heaven which I release into you. Say the word, agreeing with me. Formidable strongholds bow, foundations shaken as you advance my kingdom. You wield this same creative authority in the earth. Few dare grasp their rightful power. Rise up boldly, possessed by your birthright. Face the giants, attack the castles, rescue the prisoners, capture the world from the clutches of the dark. My spirit inside you ensures that you will win victoriously. Well, who is able to rise against one anointed and heavenly, crowning as the Most High's relative? No devilish tactic down in hell is sharp enough to take out the scorching torch that I placed in your hands. My fire sets you apart for heaven's purpose. You need only to pass ahead into the immense weight of glory that I have prepared for you. But do not curse these humble days, thinking you have been overlooked. For the treasures I have prepared for you have not gone anywhere. Dear greatness of weight that ripens, brought forth by mine own tendering to thee, beloved one who has touched the heart of heaven, thine shall be the magnificence that shineth forth beyond all time. Child of mine, if this word has reached your soul, touch that like button as a sign of the connection we share. Before deeper lessons are learned, look unflinchingly into the fire until character is further chiseled, and by its testing flames strengthened, my chosen servants tempered as a precious diamond by the Master's hand. But facets long concealed grow all alive with luster. Thy coming forth, been as in a plotted play, perfectly timed. In all the chaos on every hand, and though the clamor of testing will not let up, I speak to you, be still. Hush your soul in my surrounding presence. Waves of my love wash over you, soothing turbulence. I take you close, give you a wadding in my robe close, tight, bully in me, under my embrace to the calm. Allow me to fill your ear and eye so completely that all clamor of lesser voices is shut out. Drink your consolation from my cup, overflowing grace. Let my peace reign in your members, my perfect love casting out crippling fear. You are safe. Tomorrow's burdens are not meant for today. Sufficient for this moment are the blessings at hand. My provision shall follow you all your days. Take no anxious thought for what is to come. Do not dread the desert places still ahead. There I reveal myself in breathtaking ways. When you have no one but me in whom to trust, no visible stream from which to drink, in parched wasteland, sustainment seeps from heaven's storehouse. Food unseen nourishes you more than any earthly bread. In dry desolation, I alone am living water, able to wet and refresh, restoring soul from ashes once again. I am teaching you to walk by faith in what cannot be seen. Press through the unseen things that are eternal, which moth and rust cannot touch. And often when you think that I am remote, then I am closer than kin. You have to shut out the noise of the world often in order to catch the music of heaven. Catechize your ear to the voices that will break through the clamor. I have owned you for my child, long before today. I have called by name, one by one, every star of the host that I sprinkle across the dome of the night. How much more do I cherish you, jewel of my heart's treasure? You are bound to me by my blood that was spilled and my body that was broken to ransom your freedom. Death stings no more. My apple of delight, no one can snatch you from my hand. Not even your failures, doubts, or enemies can dissolve the covenant to which I have called you. It is sealed by my sacrifice of life. Stop rehearsing the lies that you are orphaned, abandoned, unwanted. Cease the mementos of past rejections, memories of those who failed you. Every human reflection pales compared to the perfect parent love I have in store for you. Receive of my fullness. There lie the answers to your deepest longings. Now run into my arms, resolved not to turn your eyes away from the unrelenting stare of love outpoured upon you. In this oneness, you remember whose you are and why you are here. Found identity sets you afire once more in holy purpose, my purpose pounding as lifeblood through your veins. Go forward then, reminding yourself that I walk with you every step of the way, lighting your path with heaven's legion of angels, armed for battle. Yonder path that unfolds is mine. Up the mountain it winds, presenting the view of the most fantastic earthly sceneries of things eternal. I know its course. I walk assuredly, bidding you to follow through the trail. Lean hard on me when you're tired. I know fatigue. We'll finish well together, you and I. We will append on high our flag of triumph, glorious summit once deemed unattainable. There, entranced, we shall survey the land already garlanded, now extending low. Kingdom of heaven realized on earth at last. My dear one Marquita, all your shine has come. You will not dwindle more in darkness, name and gifts unheard. I shall now reveal my glory expressed through you. Be strong and of courageous boldness. Dust yourself off and walk forth into broad destiny. The fullness of your redemption rushes in like a roaring flood. I pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and you shall guide many into my marvelous light, where my beauty blazes upon you for all to see. Those that despised you and caused you to be set aside will not occur any longer. Honor and sway await you. No good thing will I withhold. Your latter days glisten with promise and purpose as you yield to heaven's call. I'll astound all who scorned and dismissed you. Indeed, nestled within your profound trials lay divine appointments ordained for such a time as this. You shall shine for me in the darkest night, time when systems around crumble, people panic, and resources are scarce. My peace and my provision shall well up from within. When all else fails, my unshakable kingdom stands, and you who know my name will do exploits in the midst, demonstrating grace and power in action. Hungry souls will flock to the table I have set for you, my beloved child. Lift your head, stand tall, fear not the gathering gloom, nor the rage of evildoers. Have no fear of want, of ruin, for I am here to lead you through. I that hurled this earth into space in the great shock of its conception, I that spoke order to primeval discord with a single mighty word, support you most lovingly in the hollow of my hand. I am familiar with the number of your hairs. I have followed the paths of your thinking. I have counted the rise and fall of your bosom. I am acquainted with all your longings. All your thoughts are upon my mind. You are forever secured in my strength and love, renewing each day. Angels hush in holy awe at the width and the length and the depth of my great affection lavished on you. Love will take every risk to rescue the fallen and restore the ruined. Abandon timid shadows of your small existence. Realms of light and wonder await exploration within the depths of your spirit. My teachings will be implanted in your mind with wisdom and intelligence to manifest inside of your life. Do not fear their vexation, be it neighbors, enemies, co-workers, or even those in sheep's clothing. All will be for naught. Their efforts to deter you from the pathway to destiny and their efforts to divest you of your blessings, because you are under my divine protection. You are not a coward, my child. In 1,000 whispers of the truth, I have told it to you, in the gentle breeze and the roaring thunder, in solitude and noise. But herein lies the turmoil in you, as you are swayed under other people's opinions, sacrificing your joy and divine provision on that altar of approval. What a compromise that is, my child. To your true self, it is betrayal. Fear of rejection should never cloud the longing for acceptance. Raised voices and scornful looks are but shadows flitting across the tapestry of life. Just have faith in me, for in my embrace you will find victory over all fears. And so, take my hand, dear one. The enemies have been conquered. Their threats are no more than intrinsically meaningless and powerless whispers in the wind. But beware, for doubt and mockery of my words weaken thy resolve in moments of hesitance. When thee doubts the authenticity of my voice and the strength of the scriptures, remember it is thy faith that fortifies thee. My desire is to simplify your journey. Trust in me. It is your armor and your might. Yet your surrender to doubt and failure delivers you and your future into the hands of your enemies. My saving love endures forever. Behold, I keep the flame of faith burning, no matter how small. Turn daily to the scriptures. Bathe in my words, for through them I long to speak to your heart. I long to turn you into an entity of authenticity and resilience, impervious to manipulation, a beacon of truth in a world swimming in deception. Refuse to be coerced to do something that will disturb your inner harmony. You are the salt of the earth. While others run away from problems, lying in spiritual desolation and held captive by habits that damage, you are different. My spirit dwells within you, walking in front of you, and my angels go first, clearing the way. Do not look at what was or cry over what had you bound. Your victory will be so much sweeter as you arise and defeat those that are trying to kill your spirit. It is a daily battle to walk amongst those who have no hope and never truly realized my love. They cannot just see the truth that eternity is all around. My love for you is deep, as demonstrated while I died on the cross and brought myself from the dead by the power of the Holy Spirit that shields you always. That same power is inside of you, that keeps you on the knowledge that I am alive free. I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. My voice will bring healing and peace. You will continue to rejoice in your reality of victory, for I am by your side and will forever give you strength, fulfill your purpose. Your dreams, which are rooted in me, will be enabled. Be bold in your faith. Do not lose heart, for my word is an everlasting truth. I have promised you a future filled with blessings and wonder. Trust me and fling aside the worries of what is further down the road. Fear not. Fear blurs your mind, steals your joy, and hides your vision. Walk with me on a path of peace and serenity, in a trail of a journey written with fervent faith. I know the trials you go through daily, with vindictive adversaries trying to laugh your faith to scorn. He will tell lies and say that your faith is not enough, but I call you to step above and to meet the negativity of the enemy, the strength in my word. Stand firm, for I am with you, comforting and directing you. Though the enemy be boastful, yet shall he not overcome, for his words are liars. Choose to believe me, the living one. My power holds the storm. Many may try to pull you down, but only I can lift you so high. You will fall. Plenty of grace and love in person to lift you up. Help and blessings are within my thoughts. As you listen, read, believe, and trust in my word, be still. I will do great works in and for your beloved. You wish a wonder, and it shall be granted. Your approach of soliciting seclusion from the eyes and giving me your adoration in the soundless and enigmas of life is what I am content with. Entering into such moments of vulnerability, where it is you and I alone who know the depth of your struggles, such moments, I come to look after you. You need my hand to free you from the burdens that cause pain, confusion, and anxiety. You desire peace, the peace to rest peacefully in peace. Put your trust in me, and on my promise to you this day, rest. I am your advocate, your defender, your shepherd, your provider, your God. In my two hands you remain safe. I am your friend, and we will rejoice when your waiting blessing finally arrives at your doorstep. I promise it to you, and it shall come to pass. Many of these things in your life shall turn around. Let my mind-changing promises be pressed onto your thinking, for they are healing and restoring. Change the way you think and your response to the challenges in life. You are so valuable to me. Therefore, I keep reassuring you of this so that you never forget it. Not only are my promises kind and gracious, but they are all authoritative and absolute. My covenant is eternal. My covenant with you is everlasting. You are countless and abound in blessing. From the myriads you are meant to grow. You are firm in faith and have embarked on the way with my righteousness. You are faring well. You are prospering and heeding my instructions with my ordainments engraved in your heart forever. Your road has carried far-reaching transitions that demand strategic and resolute implementation. And you have steered your course toward a heavenly goal, and I can bless you exceedingly. So is this which you read my life words, blessed expression of myself to you, that you may be led to victory in all your struggles. and I am blessing you with wisdom, prudence, and a change of character. I am endowing you with patience and reshaping your entire existence. My Spirit surrounds you, empowering you to resist wrongdoing and temptation. You will be surprised at how you reform into a virtuous and integral person. Your peers will respect you, having forgotten your past mistakes. Because through my grace, your soul will be cleansed. New opportunities and blessings await you. I am making a new path for you, free from past fears and tension, free of hurtful memories, free to live a life filled with peace and joy. My sacrifice set you free, guarding you from harm. Your heart, your spirit, and your mind are pure. This is my promise for all those who share my word, make their repentance, and daily walk with me. This is my love for you. I see your struggles, and I see your heart, wanting to obey my will and do right. Beloved, connect with our family by subscribing, so you may hear more of my messages that will strengthen and inspire your heart. Your faith is exemplary, steadfast, even when nothing tangible directs your life but only my Spirit. You are my early disciples, going through many trials yet not broken. You have seen my glory. Let it truly manifest in your life, proving the reality of heavenly miracles. We will fight battles together and win so you can get even more blessed. I am faithful even when you are not. I'm going to give strength to you in the time of trials. I will never let an affliction overpower the strength I give to you. If I have caused a challenge, then I am also causing a way for you to meet it. If I have set your feet upon a path, then I will guide you. And when you are lost, this I want etched upon your heart. I will not turn away from you. No, not even when you stumble, will I destroy you for your mistakes. I do know that your heart does not desire to remain in sin. You have turned away from wicked deeds. I will give you holy determination in you, the same as I did my apostles, who were eyewitnesses of my existence and now are the testimony of my glory and amazing wonder. You are far from that. I'm calling you to arise, to stand upright. Be part of this new age of signs and wonders. Declare your faith. Amen. Oh, my child, if you would wander your valleys and climb over mountains all your days, remember this: I am the architect of your path, and the joy I set before you is ever abundant, unceasing in its flow. You are but molded clay from the earth for a purpose, knitted closely in your mother's womb with threads of joy, that you may dance to my eternal pleasure. Because I am Alpha and Omega, an untiring source of joy's waters, which never shall run dry. And then, on the journey, other delights will spring up and rush into your arms with sweetness, yet like a taste that is but for a moment. These worldly pleasures are but shadows compared, my dearest light, to my most bright resplendence. Yes, they can woo you for a season. Inasmuch as all creatures are finite, their attraction must fade, their brilliancy must wane. But not so with me, for I am infinite. My joy does not diminish with indulgence. It multiplies. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. But I say unto you that not even Solomon in all his glory was arrayed like one of these. Now even as Moses did, I ask you to turn your face toward me, the eternal Son, that my life may surge into your spirit, ordering your steps, warming your soul. For in this is peace, more than the human mind can ever comprehend, a joy that will not fade with the passing of the sun, nor wither with the seasons of change. When the noise of life has subsided and it is quiet, whisper, my name, Jehovah, Elohim, Abba, and feel my closeness. Bring me what weighs you down at every turn, because I am a load carrier of all loads and a wound dresser of all hurts. In your gratitude, do not forget to murmur the thanksgivings for the following blessings, which in 1,000 variety of form come before your feet: love of family, peace and security of home, food on the table, and beauty everywhere. All such things are evidences of my love for you, tokens of my desire to see you thrive. Do not clutch these gifts to your breast, tight-fisted with the fear of losing them, but rather hold them loosely in an open hand so you may savor their sweetness without the fear of not enough. For in me there is no lack. That is drawn toward the center of every provision. The more you seek me, the more you shall find, and the more you find, greater will be your joy. Your peace depended on so much of conquering things and earthly successes, but nothing compared to the calm confidence in my promises. Keep your eyes stayed on me when all around are the passing pageants of the world. In its noise and confusion of sounds, find in my unchangingness a refuge. My name is a strong tower. Run into it and be safe. It's that still small voice in the storm, the anchor amidst the turbulence, the voice of love that beats beneath the surging drama of your life. And in your seeking, not only my blessings but my will, not only the gifts but the giver. To which I should add, long for not just my hand but my face. For it is in my countenance that you shall find the deeps of love and the heights of joy. And in the alignment of my will there flows the strength you need, the grace sufficient for each day, the joy that comes not from circumstances but from the very core of my divine essence. In Hebrews 12:2 it says, "Looking to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, now is seated at the right hand of the throne of God." Carry his example in your mind's eye, that he did not fix upon the anguish, which is for a moment, but upon the eternal joy which would come out of his sorrow. Consider it now. Consider looking beyond temporary hardship to the eternal joy I have in store for you. So when you remain in my love, you make my joy complete as such with it, in John 15:11. It's a love that invites you to stay, to dwell, to make your home with me. You will find the fullness of joy in my love, a joy that the world cannot cause and a joy that the world cannot take. Joy that is unchangeable, born from the reality of my kingdom, rooted in the unshakable truth of my word that forever stands, firmly based not merely on the grandeur of my creation, also on the beauty of a quiet morning, the melodies of simple relationships and responsibilities. I am there. In all ways and in all things, seek, you shall find. In asking, nothing dread, expect triumphant. In knocking, thine the way that leads to heaven. I am now thy Lord with thee. Therefore, be comforted in heart, lifted up in hope. Verily I am with you. In drawing near to me, you draw near to life. When you seek my presence, I will guide you even in times of despair. Take delight in me, and I will grant you the desires of your heart. For your desires and my joy align in the truest sense. Dear one, if this message has moved you, express your love for me by liking it, for I cherish your every act of faith. So come to the source, the fountain of every blessing. Drink deeply from the waters of life which pour from me freely. And remember, I am with you, I am for you, and in me your joy will be complete. Arise to this new day, the canvas I have painted with the light of dawn, fresh and ready for the strokes of your life's events. It is a gift lovingly crafted for you, filled in its potential with joy, growth, and the sweetness of my presence. Take a moment, breathe deep, look around. This day is mine, and I have shared it with you so that you might relish it, rejoicing as we walk it together. Invite me into the story of your hours. Speak to me of your dreams, your worries, your fleeting thoughts, and your deepest longings. Let our conversation be as the breath that fills your lungs, essential and sustaining. You will discover, as you think of me, that thinking about the trivialities that looked so big will shrink back to their true size, insignificant in the light of my eternal perspective. Maybe you've been caught in the undertow of your past, tides that have swept you away from present shores. But remember, I am the God of the I am, not the I was. When you feel the tug of yesteryear, take my hand. Let me draw you back into the now, where I am with you, where my love enwraps you in warm embrace. Let me be your anchor, beloved, that together we may ride the waters of this day. And know that I am with you always, having found in me a constant friend who will stand beside you at all times to face whatever tomorrow brings. Not a mountain too steep, not a valley too deep, not a forest too thick can we travel. Just lean upon me, and you will draw from my strength. I am the essence of help, present help in time of trouble or time of joy alike. It's the hidden look for joy that I tucked into the corners of your day. It's in the smile of a stranger, in giggles at play with a child, in the warmth of the sun to your face, the melody of birdsong at dawn. These are my whispers to you, tokens of my love, signs that I'm with you, for you. With each small pleasure, I brush my grace upon the canvas of your day. Acknowledge them, cherish them, and let gratitude be your song. Remember, I know you intimately. I am familiar with all your ways. Before a word is on your tongue, I know it completely. I have fashioned the intricacies of your heart, and I delight in providing for you. I am not mystified by the things that bring you joy. They are of my inspiration. I created them for you in mind, to dance with you in the moments of simple happiness. Rejoice in this, my beloved child. Let your spirit rise to the verses of Psalm 118:24, reminding you that every day is one I, the Lord, have made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. Not tomorrow, not in some future set in hues of ifs and maybes, but in this very day. For it is such a precious gift that it shall only be unwrapped once. Let us not waste it. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. Rejoice always. 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18. Pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. These were not trite platitudes. They were the very fabric of his life, woven in and with him. Rejoicing becomes your strength, prayer your lifeline, and gratitude your lens through which all things are seen in their true, radiant light. Your life tapestry, as it says in Psalm 139, is no mystery to me. I have pored over it with the tender care of the master weaver. I know the thread of every triumph and every struggle, every quiet hope and every heartache, and in knowing you so completely, I know precisely how to fill your days with joy. Do not let your gaze run too far backward nor forward with worry. Stay with me in the present, for that is where my presence dwells. It is here that I meet you. It is here that I love you. Here that I give you joy. Here that we share this day I have made. Rejoice not as a command, but as an invitation to life lived fully, life soaked in the essence of my joy, life in which every moment was one more opportunity to recognize my action at work. Rejoice, for I have made this day for you, a vessel of so much potential, a chalice of so many blessings waiting to be discovered and enjoyed, and poured out into the lives of those around you. Let us walk this day together with hearts attuned to the symphony of creation, eyes open to the beauty that I have laid before you, spirits willing to be moved by the greatness of my love. I am here, I am now, and I am yours. In the whirlwind of a world telling lies and creating illusions, your heart longs for something concrete, something real. A certain dose of circumspection is understandable, so as to protect your heart from disappointments and treacheries that appear to lurk behind every corner of human experience. But I do invite you to a deeper trust than the mind of the world is able to give. Trust in one who has spanned heaven and earth just to be near you, save you, love you unconditionally. Now consider what that means for the weight of trust, forged not in words but in action. Reflect on the journey I embarked upon for you, from humblest of beginnings, a manger under the canopy of stars. I spoke into existence. My love for you knows no bounds. It is vast like the skies and as intimate as the breath you draw. I walked among you, shared in your sorrows, rejoiced in your joys, and remained unblemished by sin. All to offer you a love so deep, a sacrifice so complete, that it would bond and heal forever the gulf of separation that sin had created. For 33 years I was tempted as you are, yet without sin. Feel the depth of this truth. At every moment of hunger, every instance of loneliness, and every whisper of doubt that would have swayed me, I stood firm. I resisted not for mine own sake, for yours, that when the time should come to lay down my life, it should be a perfect offering, an atonement for your transgressions, the gateway to eternity. By my stripes you are healed, by my sufferings you are made whole, by my death you are given life, and by my resurrection the victory of the grave is undone, and the promise of eternal life sealed. Believe in me, and these gifts are yours. Not by your deeds do you merit them. Not by your failures do you lose them. They are freely given because of my abounding love for you. Now, as your risen Lord, I invite you to trust me fully and without reservation, not only as your Savior, but as the closest of confidants, the dearest of friends, the God who delights in every detail of your life. I proved my trustworthiness through the greatest act of love this world has ever known. Let that assurance settle deep within your heart. In me, you have a refuge in which you can safely lay down your burdens. In me, you have a listening ear for your highest ambitions and your deepest fears. Talk with me. Let our conversation be as natural as the rising sun, as regular as the tides. Nothing is too small for my concern, nor too great for my power. Cast what will upon me, every hope, every anxiety, every joy, and every pain, for I do care for you with an everlasting care. Understand this. I am not some far-off God, uncaring about what happens in your life. No, I am most personal, closely involved with the things that happen in your heart, and with your thoughts and feeling. The things that burden you burden my heart too. The dreams that set your soul alight set mine aflicker with light. The tears you shed fall precious in my sight, and the laughter that babbles from within you echoes in the halls of heaven. And in this life you enter, I will be your guide, strength, wisdom, and peace. I am that friend who will not turn away, who shall never grow tired of your company, who shall never leave you behind. My promises are sure, my presence constant, my love unchanging. Lean into that truth, that trust, and find rest for your weary soul. So come to me in prayer, not as a ritual-laden formality, but like a child dashing home to share everything about his day, knowing that he is loved and accepted just the way he is. Share with me, not just when you need something, but at times of gladness too. Let our relationship be dynamic, vibrant, life-giving. It's not a call to understand all mysteries of the universe or to have a time-frame vision into all that will ever be. No, the call is to know the one who understands everything, holds time in his hands, and is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Draw your strength from 2 Corinthians 8 verse 9, the good news about grace that pertains to our Lord Jesus Christ. For even though he was rich, yet for your sake he became poor, so that by means of his poverty you might become rich. Rich here is not about worldly things, but the richness of a life in abundance, full of my presence, my peace, and my love. So I want you, dear one, to cast all your cares upon me, because 1 Peter 5:7 encourages you to do so, because I care for you more deeply than you could ever comprehend. In every uncertainty, in every struggle, in every joy, in every season, trust in me. I am forever faithful. But in this quietness, let me ask you now to listen to the voice, this one here, that spoke creation into being, yet speaks privately with your heart. Truth I bring to you today isn't just a tract of philosophy, but real as the breath you inhale or exhale. You don't own yourself. You were bought with a price. Oh, the depth of this mystery. The price paid was not in the currency of your world, but was indeed heaven's most precious commodity, a very life. In Gethsemane's garden, while the sweat on my brow was as it were great drops of blood, it was, for you, prayed. On the way to Calvary, with each step weighed down beneath the cross, it was your name inscribed upon my heart. And in the cry from the cross, "It is finished," was your liberty that I declared. It is this gift of salvation, this outpouring of divine love, not for the righteous, but as a treasure for the repentant, a sanctuary for the sinner, and a beacon of hope for the lost. This is the hand of the Almighty, outstretched to all those who realize their desperate need for a Savior. Child, spread my light by sharing this video with someone who needs a touch of my love and strength. My invitation echoes through time and space, across every ocean and every mountain. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. The weight of sin is indeed a terrible affliction, an unbearable burden that you were never meant to carry. It is for this cause that I, from my lofty position of boundless love and mercy, descended to the full embrace of men, with my lashes, tolerated my nails, submitted to death, so that you might be free from choking weight of sin in your life. My sacrifice was the key to your unshackling, the dawn of your redemption. As you awake to new mercies in the morning, let the first breath you take be of remembrance. I'm not my own, I belong to God. Carry this declaration with you as the day unravels. In every alternative, in every challenge, in every moment of quietude, while the world is beckoning you with all of its glamorous promises, let this profound truth be a compass unto your soul that brings you back to the path of peace. You see, belonging to me means satisfaction for the deepest longings of your soul. In me, you get spiritual anchorage and an emotional haven that your heart longs for. The knowledge that you are mine, you are loved and treasured, transforms even the very essence of who you are. It endows you with a divine purpose, heavenly identity. Take that on board now, beloved. You are treasured beyond measure. Cross shall always be the testimony to your worth in my sight. Whenever feelings of insignificance become overwhelming, look to the cross. In the moments your inner doubts assail you, just gaze upon the cross. In the looming victories and the defeats, in every tear and in every laughter, It is in the cross where your soul finds its anchor of unshakable sort. Your life is but the canvas of my love, the testimony unto grace. Lend your works to my love, and your words to my grace, for I know you will journey through the push and pull of life. Keep this covenant near to your soul. I am of Jesus' own, and in this promise, go about it in your judgment and take your way, that it might suffuse the way in which you interact. May every rising of the sun remind you that your life isn't yours, that you live, move, and have your being within the embrace of the one who gave all for you. This is what eternity rings out. You are my beloved, my joy, my treasure. And as 1 Corinthians 6 verse 19 says, you are to honor me with your body. The members, the mind, and the spirit belong to me. It is the temple of my spirit. And let this realization bring within you purpose and calling that swells beyond this temporal world and touches eternity. Though lift your head, o'er the just, and every morn recall this your great dignity, the reflection of my love, the bearer of my image, the vessel of my spirit. Walk securely that I am with you, leading you, and working all things for the good of those who love me. In those quiet moments, in that time when the world dissipates and you are left alone with yourself, remember the words, "Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Rest. Rest in my love, in my sacrifice, in my victory over sin and death, for it is your victory too. For as you go further and further on into the moments of your days, the ones that seem so small and the ones that are heavy with your own sense of importance, I want you to want me there with you, for I am there always. Ever present, ever watching, I desire to journey with you in every breath, every step. Consider the lilies of the field and the birds of the air. They neither toil nor spin, yet they are cared for. How much more do I pay attention to you, my dear creature, whom I made in my image? Your life is a tapestry, and I hold the threads, weaving a pattern beyond your comprehension, but one that you can trust is good. When you wake in the morning and your feet touch soft earth, remind you it is I who formed the ground, I who created the foundation upon which you stand. It is I who shall go as your first thought, and your heart will go with the birth of gratitude. When the sun rises to color the sky with shades of hope, remember me in my faithfulness. In the rising of each day's sun, I send you messages in silence. With the morning, new mercies. Like the sunrise, my faithful love is never ending. In the quiet moments, when the noise of the world is so tempting to fill the silence, resist and let us bask in the stillness together. Because in the silence of it all, you can heed my whisper, gentle and loving, guiding you through the complexities of life. When the hustle and bustle of the day clamor for your attention, call me into those very tasks. Whether you are pounding a message into your keyboard, shaping pottery into beauty, or strategizing about the future, cry out for my wisdom. It is in those ordinary, simple tasks of living that my spirit often appears in extraordinary ways. Running your errands, the weight of responsible living presses on your shoulders at times. But remember, I am the God that bore the burden of sin, yea, and of sorrow and death. You believe in me, believe also that I can bear the burden of your sorrow and care, and cast them upon me, for indeed I am strong to bear them, and loving to bear them away. In fact, when you're there setting a pile of activities, and the top becomes covered with fog from doubt, say to me, Lord, stay with me, and I will straighten your way, dissipate the fog, and show you the way. Look, I am with you. Indeed, my presence envelops you like a warm, reassuring blanket. Never alone, never without my watchful eye and loving heart. Take this knowing into the quiet corners of your life. When you are doing the dishes, walking the dog, or sipping your coffee, those are ripe moments for our communion. Whisper to me, and I will transform the everyday drip of time into moments of divine connection. When it is evening, as the light ebbs from the sky and the color flames, then let your heart be still with the thought of the day. Not in a spirit of self-reproach and bitter regret, but in a heart of grace, think the day back again. In the stumbles I was there to help you up. Where you succeeded, it was by my hand you stood. Trust the night to me as you lay weary for sleep. For as you rest, I do not. I am the God who never slumbers, watching over you, guarding you, loving you. May the obstacles you come up against, be they high and mighty mountains or small, seemingly insignificant molehills, not cause you to forget that I am here, always ready to help you. But if you find yourself within a valley, that shadowy, uncertain place, fear not. I am the good shepherd, and whether in the valley or on the mountain tops, I am no nearer to you at one time than at another. If that valley is in darkness, then is my light shining very bright down there, as I lead you through, holding you with my rod and my staff. You might also remember that I rejoice along with you in your moments of celebration. I am as the father who delights in the joy of his children. Dances, I dance with thee. Laughter, my heart sings. All good gifts come from me. Then let your thanks rise as incense, savory, sweet, voiced in repartee. Finally, my child, don't be afraid that you travel alone. I have given you companions, brothers and sisters, to walk at your side. Share your burdens, share your joys, living in community. For it is in the act of loving one another that you experience the fullness of my love for you. So as you keep walking along the way I've laid out before you, look for me there, speak to me there, lean on me. For I am here, always ready and always willing to reveal my love to you, to the depth of my love, power of my might, and the tenderness of my care. For you are mine, and my heart is for you now and forevermore. Amen. Amen. My child, come and sit with me a while. I have much to share with you this day. Listen well, and take these words to heart, for they are a special message to you. I know the plans that I have in store for you, dear one, plans to prosper you, give you a future full of hope. The blessings I have in store for you are beyond what you would be able to imagine or think up in your own head. Truly, no eye has seen, no ear has heard the amazing things I want to do in and through you for my glory. But these promises are not for everybody, my child. No, they belong to my faithful one, who have stood the test of time, those who stuck with me through thick and thin, who didn't fall away when temptation came, but stood firm in my truth. Now, listen carefully. There's something in your spirit responding to it, then pay attention, for I'm confirming something I already spoke to your heart. You know that I have called you to be an outflow of my financial blessings. I have anointed you to pour resources into my kingdom. This isn't about storing up treasures for yourself, precious one. No, this is about taking back territory from the enemy. Financial blessings shall be released through willing vessels like yourself, those who will steward the wealth properly, those who will pour it right back into the work of the ministry. Have I not already begun blessing you, my child? Can you not see my supernatural favor resting upon you? I have increased your gifts and expanded your skills. These God-inspired ideas that I've given you are already producing fruit, step by step, as you follow through according to my blueprint, obeying my specific instructions in your life. You see, you sought me first, not earthly wealth, and in that seeking, all these other things were added unto you. Sure enough, you must have become aware of others, those around you, noticing the obvious blessings in your life. Even those who do not know me are astonished at what I am doing in your life. They can clearly recognize that my hand is upon you. My glory has been manifested in you. You have become a trophy of my grace to all. A child, I use you to show them my goodness, mighty power. Well, since your motives of heart have been pure, on eternal things, not earthly gain, I can continue to trust you with more and more. You stood the test in prosperity by selflessly desiring it to be used to help others in need. That brings a smile to my heart, dear one. Your generosity moves my hand to pour out even greater blessings. Just as I awarded Solomon that great wealth and honor for asking for wisdom over riches, so I am heaping upon you these same type blessings by your asking first for my kingdom above all else. Already now, new doors of opportunity open before you, connecting and networking influence and affluence. All this is my divine setup for your life. Draw near to me, and you will clearly see the difference between my true offers and the enemy's counterfeit. I do have great plans for you, my child. Plans not just to prosper you, but to show my glory through you. I'm bringing you into rooms of influence you could never have attained on your own. Your gifts and talents are making room for you among the wealthy and powerful. Then, be not proud and lifted up, but be humble and thankful. Be a good steward over all that I commit to thy hands, pointing the praise and glory always back to me. For nothing thou hast is by thy strength or power. Nay, 'tis only by my spirit. I am he who gives the ability to gain wealth. I am the cattle on 1,000 hills. All the silver and gold is mine. And I choose to channel these resources through you to accomplish my divine purposes in these last days. Now pay attention, because the financial increase coming your way is going to be overnight. Sudden. One day you're going to be right where you are, and then in an instant, everything changes. That is how fast I work when I decide to move. The blessing will catch up with. I'm pouring out my favor until you overflow, and there won't be a big enough container around that can hold all that I am giving you. Don't fear or shrink back when the opportunity comes. Move forward with boldness and confidence, knowing I have gone before you and prepared the way. Trust in my leading alone, because the enemy will try and distract and deceive you. He does not want to see my kingdom advanced through selfless, humble servants like yourself. Expect his backlash, but don't be afraid. Just listen for my voice leading you. Be watchful and vigilant. Bring all offers and opportunities to me first in prayer. If they are from me, I will give you supernatural peace and confirmation in your spirit. There will be no question or confusion, only excitement and rightness confirming this chance to partner with me. Move according to my timing and direction, not your own understanding or desires. Allow me to connect you with the right people and open the proper doors. Don't try to make things happen through your own strength or wisdom. Be sensitive to the leading of my spirit every step of the way. Together, we will do more than you could possibly imagine. For this financial blessing will not come in small drops, my child. No, I am a God of more than enough, and I plan to pour out abundance until you are overflowing. Why am I so extravagant with my blessings toward my faithful one? For it's through your willingness that I can display my glory to a world writhing in darkness and hopelessness. Like a lighthouse on the hill, so is the testimony of what I do through a completely devoted, fully trusting follower. It shall grab their attention and point them toward the source of true riches and wealth, which is me. The life that is poured out in serving overflows with supernatural blessings that cannot be explained or confined. This will draw so many to come to seek this same God you serve. People shall be saved, delivered, set free because you dared to believe my promises were true. You took me at my word and let me use you powerfully for the advancement of my kingdom. Dear child, I invite you to come closer and walk this journey of faith with me. Click join and become part of a family that cherishes my teachings and shares in my love. Together we will grow in faith and grace, one step at a time. Oh dear one, you have no idea what impression I'm going to make in and through your surrendered life and willing heart. The rewards that await you in eternity are simply beyond your understanding. While others think they're going to find happiness in storing up their riches and living in self-centered comfort, your joy and satisfaction come from God Almighty, using your life to change lives now and for all eternity. This gives me an incredible joy. So do not grow weary or lose heart, my child. The waiting is about to end. The drought season is coming to an end. I'm about to pour out blessings so extravagant, so over the top, that it will overwhelm and amaze you. Even as Ezra of old took my people from bondage back to their promised land, you shall lead people from their despair into hope, from their lack into more than enough, from their darkness into my glorious light. Yes, it will take large measures of gold and silver to fulfill this financial blessing. I own it all. The deed to the earth is in my hands, and I have heard your heart's cry, your desire to make a difference in this fallen world. Truly, I say to you, a great harvest of souls is coming. There is an outpouring of my spirit across the earth unlike anything you've ever seen. And revival requires resources, my child. It takes devoted, generous believers whom I can entrust with the funds, who will administer them properly. Those who will use them wisely and effectively to reach the lost and make disciples until the day I return. You shall be mightily used as part of this end-time harvest. Precious one, keep your eyes focused on me alone. Be humble and pure without greed, pride, or envy over what I choose to bless others with. Rejoice when one part of the body is blessed, for you all benefit. Keep integrity and godly character in the midst of increase. Walk in wisdom too concerning decisions, keeping your heart very close. Seek my will above desires of the earth. Continue to serve and give, a happy, thankful heart. My dear, dear child, how much I am into you. how much I love and delight in you. The next season is one of great exploits for my kingdom. These things await you. Yes, the financial overflow is coming, and it shall be monumental. But keep your eyes fixed upon the real prize, fulfilling destiny, bringing me glory through the gifts and talents invested in you. Stay close to my heart, within which your soul shall find shelter and rest. Abide in my love, which shall refresh you for all that lies ahead. Rest upon me, the one who supplies, satisfies, and empowers you. I will bring rivers into the desert places of your life, beauty from the ashes, joy instead of that mourning, and victory where defeat has been the portion. You are about to enter a new realm of influence and increase, my child. I need faithful stewards over this next overflow of resources and blessing. Prove yourself faithful with what I currently have entrusted into your hands, so I might increase your borders even more. Bring praise and honor to my name through every decision and investment. Seek my wisdom and guidance continually. Take your rightful place. You are a son or daughter of the Most High God. Wear your identity in me with boldness and courage. Speak truth to the lies and distortions of the enemy. Be an everlasting pointer back to me. As you walk uprightly with clean hands and a pure heart, I shall promoted and open doors only I can provide. For with roots in me, your source and strong tower, the sky's literally the limit. Together we're going to do more than you dare dream. So get ready, child of God. The ride's about to get really good. Sock it to me with the tidal wave of supernatural blessing and favor already forming on the horizon. This is just the beginning, my beloved. I've seen the cries of your heart. I know the adversity you have faced, the pains that are yet unattended to. Adversity has tried to harden your heart. But beneath these protective layers lies a softness that I put within you. These are the harnesses developed over the years as one coped and survived, but those layers don't define you. I also see some streaks of strength and perseverance that will not let the light go out in the presence of difficulty. I see beauty, wonder, and untapped potential all lying latent there within. I did not want your light to remain concealed under layers of protection that block you from the world. I believe that it is time to start walking on a new path of healing. I shall be your shelter and safe harbor. We will move forward slowly and gently together. We will lay bare foundations of trust, truth, and love. Slowly, not in a day. What was intended for harm will be a testament of redemption. Scars will remain, but even these shall be redeemed. Team Holman, when the memories of the traumas of yesteryears are too much to stir. I will be able to offer you only words of comfort and compassion, gentle correction if need be. I will validate your belatedness, help untangle all of those experiences that seem so nonsensical. Together we shall unravel confusion, plead the cases wrongly decided against you, and recover what life has stolen. Do not close yourself off from others. Let them be a voice in the healing. Be careful, but understand that avoidance keeps away blessing. Yield to those eternally tugging you closer to me. Detach from those with selfish hearts and motives in their words and actions. Build relationships that encourage growth. And there is a sense in which one of the important associates in this part of your journey is the stillness that can be cultivated through spiritual discipline. Silence, solitude, simplicity. Prayer posture and meditation on my words are quiet habits that need to increase as busyness decreases. Hurry wrecks souls, will not redeem them. Of course, this inversion of priority looks to some like weakness, but it releases streams of supernatural strength to those who come to understand such sacred rhythms. Endorsements tend to come from those who will relate. Lean on them, yet lovingly nudge doubters into my light. Remember, even your past eaten up with darkness selves did not either until they got my love. As you live this more narrow way with consistent discipline, you will come across others longing for the roadmap to live their way. Some of them will cling to you, craving a hack through their own journey. Disciple those who will wholly yield to my lead and release the preoccupied to walk their own wayward road a bit longer. They remain dear to me all the same. Not everyone who starts out will end up with you at the very end. There will be some who wander off initially, but will eventually come back. Keep expectations low, but ajar. Guard the ground that's been gained so far. Keep pouring into those who self-correct regularity when they wander off course. Not all can afford the cost of discipleship that makes a leader worthy of being entrusted with my people. Dear one, if this message has moved you, express your love for me by liking it, for I cherish your every act of faith. May you say, cohesion of the soul ties inform that you have evolved into new terrain. You have outgrown a few soul ties that once served their purpose. So honor what you were able to obtain from those relationships. Reclaim pieces of your heart woven and left in them, all the while committing those individuals unto my care. Wish them well, though, and love them truly, for I will place before you paths purposed to activate callings that are ultimately your own. This grows within you a greater capacity to hold complexity and paradox. You will speak and live boldly, whilst doubting yourself more than observers have any clue. You will walk in confidence and power whilst maintaining cultivated humility, based upon your being fully awake to utter dependence upon me. When you question whether a costly investment is worth the diminishing time left on earth, remember that Earth's measures do not fully capture the bigger picture. What looked like loss in some areas may very well have been major gain in the wider picture. Do not settle for apparent success just to satisfy the ego. Go with the flow and transform with the change into continued growth. Let the very words wash over you like the waves pushing over the walls you built around what you determined was necessary for survival. Let the inmost part of you know with certainty, you are seen, you are known, you are loved, you are safe with me. For I am your home, and wherever you go, there am I with you. I heed you, my faithful ones. I see how you have been wronged, but in your hearts, you were not bitter. You've just kept walking on the narrow path, though it has been hard. Now things are about to turn around. What has been taken from you, I restore, and more. Your enemies will look on with their own eyes and see the vindication the Lord gives me on your behalf. And when you live in houses you never built, and when you make your bread and wine from vineyards you never planted, do not gloat over their defeat, but seek not their harm, that you may be kind, as I have been kind unto you. For some of them one day will come begging for your help in their time of need. They shall see then that, though they were persecuting you and mocking you, against you at every turn trying to frustrate my plans, I was with you. My favor was upon you. They rejected my spirit, but you welcomed him. So when they come desperate and broken, do not turn them away. Extend to them the same grace that I have so liberally poured out to you. Perhaps then their eyes will be opened to see who I really am. I know how many of you have been worried about your families, especially your children. You all have been spending long hours interceding over your children, pleading me to not let them fall into the hands of the enemy, and I have heard your prayers. I say, stop worrying about the children. You let them come their way to me. I know my thoughts that I think toward them, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give unto them an expected end. Your children are mine. I have created them in their mother's womb and written their names in the book of life. And even if they walk away for a bit, my spirit will call out to them and I will lead them back, gently. Child, have I not told you that I leave the 99 to pursue the one? Your child might stray from afar, but I pursue them to the utmost ends of the earth. I would send out dreams and visions. I would speak to your children through my word. I will position believers in their way to speak truth into their story. I loved them before you knew them, for you held them in your arms, for their first breath left their tiny lungs. They have always belonged to me. I created them, I knit them together, and I will be the one to complete the good work I have started in them. So release your children to me. Lay down the fear that they will never find their purpose. Their lives are securely resting in my hands. Deem more seriously the destiny I have ordained for you. Concern yourself with the furtherance of my kingdom, and trust that in my time, I shall call your children back to. You are learning to develop your spiritual gifts, training to hear my voice with clarity, and soon you will move into higher levels of anointing. This training season will come to an end when you step into new mantles of authority, mantles that will shift atmospheres and break strongholds off cities and regions. Through you, the enemy knows what I'm about to do and has tried to block it at every turn. He's come to steal, he's come to kill, and he's come to destroy, but his effort is doomed to utter failure. No weapon formed against you will prosper. Every accusation brought against you will fall to the ground. I will give you divine strategies, and through ways unknown to your enemies, everything they plot will backfire on them. I will make them put an end to every lying tongue that has risen against you. I will vindicate you to those who did not believe in you, who spoke wickedly of you when your back was turned. They will know that I have loved you with an everlasting love, and they will see clearly that my hand is upon your life. They shall look with dismay as I appoint you from the margins to the center. Your adversaries have even become uneasy, whereas I have shown you so little of what lies ahead. It is enough to stir up jealousy and anger in their hearts. They see me beginning to lift you up, and they remain in those old cycles. Do not worry about the ones that are against you. They have their own walk to walk with me. Keep your eyes focused on what's up the road. I am increasing you, expanding you into blessings you cannot contain. Blessings will overtake you, one after another, continuously. You do not have to toil anymore. Prosperity comes readily to the feet of those walking in their divine destiny. Just stay in sync with me. Let me order your steps at all times. I'm restoring everything that has been taken from you, all that is rightfully yours. I'm redeeming the years eaten by locusts. I'm repaying all for the seeds you'd sown in tears. If you abide in my word and in my presence, nothing shall rise against you. Things can't stop you. You can't be defeated. The forces of heaven stand at your command. I will part seas to make a way for you when there seems no way for you. Cry out to me when your enemies are closing in on every side. Watch me split the skies. Feel the earth tremble under your feet as my angel armies march before you into battle. Battle is mine. Thou needst not lift a finger against thine enemies, for my angels shall drive them out and establish a perimeter of protection over everything which I've given unto thee. But thou must stand in unwavering faith. Thou must refuse to bow under the weight of old mindsets, telling thee that this level of blessing is unattainable. You must break free of limiting beliefs passed down in your very bloodline, ones which lock finances and abundance out. The old wineskins cannot contain what I am pouring out in this new era. They will burst. Be intentional about shifting into kingdom ways of thinking and perceiving. Let me restructure the way that your mind processes spiritual matters. Allow me to renew your mind daily in my word. And most of all, believe that I can do what I've said, even when it seems to go against your best interests or opposition hems you in from every side. For I am the God who simply parts the oceans with a word. I speak, and my angel legions hasten to obey. Heaven stands poised to back every decree, so boldly agree with what I have said about you. Let your confession align with my word, regardless of what your eyes may see. Let your faith roar. I am pleased by firm and standing faith in my promises, even when the storm is most fierce. Dearest, pass on this inspiration to a soul in need, and let my presence bring them comfort through you. Many of you have felt the sense of a new season, a point of reset and realignment, and that would be very correct. The first months of the year ahead will continue to be a season of recalibration, strategic positioning, and close of old season. However, when we start the month of April, you will begin to see a very fast acceleration. Projects will suddenly take off. Doors of opportunity will suddenly fly open. Key connections will pop out of nowhere, and you'll accelerate forward strong. There's a divine wind in the atmosphere right now of acceleration and favor. It is going to catch you, who have been faithful, and hurl you exponentially quicker into new levels of influence. Things will happen fast. Be on the alert. That is why I have impressed upon many of you to get your houses in order. Streamline operations, cut the clutter, pay off debt, sever toxic ties. Order your home and eliminate every distraction. I don't want you bogged down and bound to past seasons when I open the floodgates over your life. You have all, in many ways, been crying out for acceleration, promotion. But before I accelerate you at high speed, I must be satisfied that you will use the higher levels of authority and blessing, integrity and wisdom. Some of you have been in the fire, broken down, in order that I can rebuild you from the inside out as kings and queens, reflecting my nature and character. I am excited that you have allowed me to purify motives, rout out unhealthy mindsets, and let you serve so that I may cultivate servanthood in you. And now I will pay back your patience and long-suffering with the promotion you have so desired. That largeness of promotion had to come to counterbalance the extremity of your wilderness season. Your testing qualified you for increase. It is in April, May, and June that you will hear the testimonies of my goodness reverberating across nations. My glory will penetrate all the systems of mankind: media, economies, governments, education, and family. I am birthing my kingdom into new dimension. A perfect storm is upon you. Suddenly that I spoke of to so many of you will begin happening quickly, and I will continue to exponentially increase the speed of the kingdom's advance in the months to come. The world will wonder at the speed and intensity of my move. They will be shaken by what I do through vessels yielded to me. Turbulence is coming to the nations, but also magnificent moves of my spirit. The earth has not yet beheld in actual reality what I am about to do through my people. Signs and wonders, miracles and mass salvations, prophetic words coming to pass in expedited time frames. I am breaking off limitations and restraints. I am sending powerful weapons from my heavenly armory to pull down enemy encampment. Truly, the world groans, waiting on the manifestation of my sons and daughters. All creation is waiting with an eager expectation for the clear manifestation of my mature sons, who shall pour out rivers of living water for the healing and restoration of all. This year I pruned dead branches, took up root systems of pride, tore down monuments raised in my temple, and exposed hidden sin. However, it set a foundation for unprecedented kingdom expansion. The fire that must come out of the year to produce purity of power and authority. I look for those that shall steward a new season, not casually, not loosely, but with passion. With a passion for every breath to be completely consumed ambassadors on earth representing my concern. I look for commitment, resolution, and perseverance, such as refuses to bow under pressure. This path of promotion will not be for the faint of heart or half-hearted, or wholehearted, abandoned lovers willing to pay any price to finally see my kingdom established in every sphere. I am mantling this company of trailblazers with unprecedented wisdom, discernment, and spiritual sight to navigate days of upheaval with peace and poise, simultaneously birthing acceleration. I am igniting spiritual entrepreneurs to quicken cities through kingdom principles and reformational truth via unconventional tongues of fire, divine revelation on how to reform failing systems of economics, education, and government. Tongues of fire upon mouths to finally declare solution. Those who sit at my feet and drink in the secret place will have access to heavenly wisdom, which is vital in order to pioneer uncharted kingdom territory with mastery and grace. Divine strategies to establish the divine voices of Eden in spheres of society. Positioning a head and not a tail. A trailblazer that will run with the mark of endurance and steadfastness, not turning to the left or right of my word and mandate. Invade the spaces of influence with my love and disrupt the dead systems with my light. No more hiding. I am supporting reformers to take back territory that the enemy tried to cut off from my influence. Through me, holy fire is raging. I am consecrating myself to fulfill mandates for the establishment of the kingdom. I am thrilled, and my heart leaps for joy as you all step into long-awaited assignments for which you were created. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of messengers announcing that the king has ever so recently now taken his throne, and the kingdom has come. Yokes, misrepresentations, and false labels being stripped away. True identity revealed. Divine blueprints unlocked. Governing mantles and kingdom keys of authority. Full circle moments manifesting. Long-awaited vindication and justice. I now take my rightful place as king over cities and nations. And I commission my trusted rulers to steward the fires of revival and reformation across vast territories. Resistance will only confirm you are moving in my timing. Breakthrough upon breakthrough as you walk into this new era and step with my spirit. Manifest victory. Kingdom blessings shall track you down until you are overtaken. As you dwell in your secret place of communion with me, the world shall observe in awe and wonder at the favor and dynamite blessing upon my beloved ones. Though mockers come to ridicule and belittle my end-time army, do not listen. Stay rooted firmly in what my word says about you. Do not get caught up in arguing and debating with those who will not hear truth. Do not strive with them above measure to persuade them. Move in boldness in the things I have spoken. Their reasoning will seem to make sense, yet it is filled with unbelief and foolish reasoning. The way I walk they cannot understand, for they do not possess my spirit. But you have an anointing from on high living within your heart, showing mysteries of my heart. You need no man's affirmation or permission to move in what I ordained you to walk in long before this age began. Stay hidden in me, away from dissenting voices, and I will continue to reveal revelation and wisdom for navigating days ahead. I shall prepare you to rise above the snake line with solutions to shift atmospheres of lost hope. Child, spread my light by sharing this video with someone who needs a touch of my love and strength. Amen.